This Friday, July the 19th and Saturday, July the 20th. The session in August is on August 16th and 17th. And what can be better than learning baseball skills from your favorite Long Island Duck players and coaches? Participants will receive an official clinic jersey and equipment bag. Now, if you need more information or if you'd like to register your boy or girl this afternoon, visit the Sports Authority Long Island Ducks ticket kiosk. That's on the main concourse right behind home plate. Or check it out at laducks.com. That's laducks.com to get more information about the Long Island Ducks Summer Baseball Clinics. Remember, the first one is on Saturday and Friday, July the 19th and July the 20th. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please turn your attention to the area in front of home plate here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Long Island Ducks on this Saturday afternoon are very proud to present Long Island Ducks on field host Shannon Ferry with her very special guest today.
Thank you, Bob. And yes, I do have two special guests with me. But first, I just want to remind everyone that today is peanut-free and allergy awareness day here at the ballpark. But like you said, Bob, I have two very special guests. It's Lily and Hannah Rufino with the March of Dimes Foundation, and they are going to do our ceremonial first pitch with Buddy Harrelson. Now, first up is Lily. Lily, whenever you're ready, take it away. Nice job, Lily. Next up is her sister, Hannah. And a very nice job by them, too. Great job, guys.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Swung on and ripped down the right field line. This one is deep. It is gone from CI to see you later.
2-0 here is well hit to right field. Drew Macias going back. Forget it, it's gone! A grand slam home run for Brian Nelson.
Justin Davies at the plate. The winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on. Bouncing ball left side. Off the mitt. Up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Louis Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch. And the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Swing and miss for strike three. This ball game is over. The Long Island Ducks win it 5-4, and they are the champions of the Liberty Division. Lions punt up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. And there is a mob scene of Long Island Ducks in right center field. They are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bethpage Ballpark for Long Island Ducks baseball on liducks.com. Game 2 of a 3-game set and game 1 of a doubleheader between the Long Island Ducks and Somerset Patriots. I'm Tom Felice, joined by David Weiss. David, welcome back to the booth.
Thank you so much. Our first time working together, Tom. You certainly hit the ground running with a stellar job from Game 1 on. We welcome you to the broadcast team. As for the weather conditions today, that is a factor. It is damp and dismal, what we call drizzmal. But the field drains as well as any field in minor or Major League Baseball, plus the fact it's not raining right now. So fans have showed up. They're still flocking in, and we should be set for Game 1 of a day-night twin bill.
Tarp came off the field about half an hour ago, and the grounds crew has been out there doing everything they can to get this field ready. And they didn't have much time. A long game last night, 3 hours, 34 minutes, as the Somerset Patriots knocked off the Ducks 10-9 in a slugfest. Combined 27 hits between the two teams. The big blast, a grand slam by Luis Montanes in the first inning, and that set the Ducks behind.
The Ducks now are 6 up and 15 down, but there is some good news here. First of all, you got plenty of time left till the first half finishes. It's a 70-game half season. Yes, they played 21 games. That's more than a quarter of the schedule, but no one in the Liberty Division is at 500 or better. The Ducks find themselves only 4 games back. It takes just one solid winning streak to get yourself right on top of this division.
And that is for certain. Gabe Suarez hit a 2-run home run last night, his second home run in 6 games. Before this game, I got a chance to sit down with him, and you'll hear that next as we continue on the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
This is manager Kevin Byers, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com. Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Holiday Inn Islip MacArthur Airport in Ronkonkoma. Uncover the perfect balance of memorable, award-winning service and the most central location Long Island has to offer. The Holiday Inn is located less than a quarter mile from the Islip MacArthur Airport with a state-of-the-art health and fitness center, high-speed internet access, a world-class outdoor pool, and the great food and fun inside the Brickyard Bar and Grill. There's never been a better time to visit the Holiday Inn Islip Airport. Best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Holiday Inn, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 585-9500 today. That's 631-585-9500.
Welcome back to the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show. We're joined by our guest, Gabe Suarez. Gabe, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you doing?
Doing very well. Gabe with a 2-run home run in last night's 10-line loss in the opening game against Somerset. It's now 2 home runs in your past 6 games, Gabe. Where's this power coming from?
Just getting pitches to hit, but it's been nice. It would be nice if we could pull out a couple wins today, though.
You mentioned not being able to pull out a win. The offense had a good night last night, and you're coming off a road trip where you won 3 out of 7 games, which is the best road trip this team has had this season. The offense seems to be picking it up. What has changed for this offense?
Well, we're just getting more comfortable in there. We've only had 2 road trips, so we'll get there. And it's a slow start to the season, but everybody's still in good spirits, and we have a good team, so we'll be all right.
You mentioned having a good team, but there are a lot of injuries, and that means that you have been playing a lot of different positions. Second base last night, you're at third for the day game today. Is it hard for someone to adjust to playing the different positions, one day at one place, one day at the next?
It's a little different, but it's been fun, and I enjoy the chance to go out there and play every day, although I would love to have the guys back, as it is tough with a lot of injuries, like you said.
You are not unfamiliar with moving around. The past 3 seasons, 2010, 2011, 2012, you played for 13 different teams. Does that wear on you at some point where you're just moving constantly throughout the season?
No, not really. I just feel blessed that I had the opportunity to keep playing, and it's been a challenge, but it's been a fun challenge at the same time.
Where's been your favorite place to play?
I've actually really enjoyed Long Island. It's kind of been a second home to me. I've been in and out of here a lot, but really every spot you go to has a different charm and a different place that you really enjoy going, so everything's a new experience that you like.
You mentioned coming in and out. Your 4th stint with the Ducks. How does this team compare to some of the other teams you've been with here?
This team's just usually more experienced because a lot of guys have more time rather than in the minor leagues with a lot of younger guys. So, it's I tend to enjoy that more. The guys know what they're doing. They've been around, and the team gets along. We're here more to win. We're in the minor leagues. You're here more they're there to develop.
What have you learned from some of these guys with Major League experience?
To pretty much try and stay calm, not flip out when you're going 0 for 15 or something, that it's a long season, and to just keep doing your thing and keep plugging away.
How much does it help to have someone like Ray Navarrete, a very experienced second baseman, and Bryant Nelson with Major League experience at third base who can help you along with your infield development?
It's always good. Actually, we worked with Nelly the other day on third base, and all the guys pull together. Everyone's trying to help each other out, so it's always good to have those guys there. They're second coaches.
Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Did you mail a card?
I did mail a card. I mailed out 3 Mother's Day cards, so this year was the first year I've been on top of it, which is good.
3 cards?
Stepmoms and all that stuff, and a couple friends that have daughters. But happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there.
Oh, Gabe Suarez on top of Mother's Day, and hopefully will lead this team to a sweep of the doubleheader.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That was Gabe Suarez. We'll continue with the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show after this.
Hi, this is Steve Foucault, pitching coach for the Ducks. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
I love coming to the stadium. What do you love about a Long Island Ducks game?
The excitement. The laughter.
The memories.
Spending time with my family.
Watching my grandson's eyes light up.
Dancing with Clocker Jack.
What about you?
A 400-foot shot.
Definitely the food.
Getting autographs and running the bases.
Play ball! For game times and promos for your 2012 Atlantic League champions, visit liducks.com.
I love this game.
Ducks baseball. It's game time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, getting ready for baseball. Game 1 of a doubleheader between the Long Island Ducks and the Somerset Patriots. I'm Tom Felice, joined by David Weiss. Umpires on the field. Players just about to enter the field of play, and we'll have the national anthem as well. But right now we'll take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Somerset Patriots, Dan Hennigan playing second base leads things off. He's followed by Josh Kroger in right field. Jake Fox, a third baseman, with 9 home runs, leads the Atlantic League, bats third. Corey Smith, the designated hitter, bats fourth. Mike Wilson has a 9-game hitting streak going, and he bats fifth and plays left field. Luis Montanes in center field bats sixth. Eddie Martinez Esteve, the first baseman, bats seventh. James Skelton, the catcher, bats eighth. And Bobby Stevens is the shortstop. He rounds out the lineup, batting ninth. They will face Connor Graham, making his first start of the season for the Ducks. The Ducks lineup sees Danny Perales in center field. He's followed by Ray Navarrete, the second baseman, batting second. Ramon Castro catches and bats third. Ralph Enriquez is designated hitter, batting cleanup. Batting fifth, Joash Brodeen. He's in right field tonight. Anthony Arminio makes his Ducks debut at first base, batting sixth. Gabe Suarez, the third baseman, bats seventh. Ryan Canary bats eighth and plays left field. Dan Lyons, the shortstop, bats ninth. And the Ducks will face Brad Thompson, a right-handed pitcher for the Somerset Patriots. Mentioned Anthony Arminio. He makes his Ducks debut. He was signed today, and Pete Budkovics reinstated to the active list as Josh Barfield and Ryan Strebe placed on the inactive list.
Well, as we said, the weather not perfect, but fans are still flocking in to Bethpage Ballpark. We do have a bit of a window as far as the meteorological part of this picture. Tom Felice has the laptop open. We're looking at the radar right now, and the heaviest of the showers are out in the Atlantic south of Long Island, nipping the East End as we speak. We are in CI. We're nowhere near the East End, and there's a nice window, as we said, of dry weather before possibly some more showers much later this afternoon. But we are hoping to thread the needle, as general manager and president of the Long Island Ducks, Michael Pfaff, said to me in the locker room just a little while earlier, trying to get both games in with maybe a few showers in between.
And we pause for the national anthem. Belrose Avenue PTA Elementary School in East Northport will be singing the Star Spangled Banner.
By the
the Belrose Avenue Elementary School with the Star-Spangled Banner. We'll step aside one more time when we come back. Baseball from Bethpage Ballpark. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks on youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss, Tom Felice, Long Island Ducks baseball, the defending 2012 Atlantic League champions, off to a bit of a rocky start in 2013, but there's still plenty of time to right the ship. Tom, you've seen every game this season, and you well know the Ducks have shown flashes of what they can and probably will become. It's a question of consistency. When they hit, they need to get the pitching, and vice versa. Right now, it's just question of being just a little off.
Yeah, and it's been the pitching as of late. You saw last night the Ducks scored 9 runs, but they lost because the pitching gave up 10. So if the pitching can get going with Connor Graham making his first start of the season, this one, then Matt Way, he's been the ace of the staff in the nightcap. The Ducks, if they get the pitching, they'll be good to go.
Connor Graham, no record, 0-0, 9 2/3 innings pitched, 7 appearances, all in relief, has given up 6 earned runs. In fact, 1-1 his record. Correction there. E. Weiss, and not the first one of the afternoon. A 5.59 earned run average for Connor Graham. So here we go. Ready for baseball. Dan Hedigan, the second baseman for Somerset, at the plate. The tall right-hander, Connor Graham, all 6'7" of him. Slider misses. Ball 1.
106 our first pitch time at Bethpage Ballpark.
106. Bob Batone, PA announcer, will also give us the first pitch temperature in a moment. My guess is 63. We'll see. 1-0 pitch to Hennigan from Graham, high and tight, 2-0. Hey, that's it. That's it.
Weiss.
I'm playing Powerball tonight, baby.
Are you playing 63? I don't think the numbers go up that high.
No, you're right. 2-0 the count. Connor Graham looking to split the plate, but misses inside. 3 balls and no strikes to Dan Hedigan, who on the season is a .240, playing in his 15th game of the season. He has no homers, 1 RBI, leading off for the Patriots here this afternoon in this day-night doubleheader. 3-0 pitch right down Carlton Avenue for a strike, 3-1. So it's Hennigan, Josh Kroger, and Jake Fox. First 3 in the order against Connor Graham, who will be facing just a couple of left-handers in this lineup for Somerset. 7 righties. 3-1 pitch, high and tight. So Dan Hennigan walks, leading off this first inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Hennigan, in limited time this season, has 1 stolen base in 1 attempt, so we'll keep an eye on him. Josh Kroger now stepping to the plate with 1 on, nobody out. Top of the first, it's the Ducks and Somerset Patriots here at Bethpage Ballpark. Skies are gray, but the rain has stopped, and the crowd continues to file in. From the stretch, Connor Graham, and a foul just to our left, makes it back into the stands. No balls and 1 strike to Josh Kroger on the season at .220. No homers, couple of RBIs, 4 runs scored. Has struck out 8 times in his 41 official trips to the plate. Batting from the left side, one of 2 lefty swingers in the lineup against Connor Graham, who comes set. Runner holds, fastball missing. Well, actually caught the outside corner, as called by home plate umpire Marty Bauer. Frank Leparek is the umpire at first. And at third base, Dan Kiley, but with a left-handed hitter up. Kiley is to the right side of second base from our vantage point. 0-2 the count to Josh Kroger. Graham sets the pitch. Call strike 3 on the outside corner. Nice change-up from Connor Graham, changing speeds. Kroger completely locked up, and that nipped the outside black of the plate.
And it's too bad you mentioned only 2 lefties in the lineup for Connor Graham. He's not going to get a lot of opportunities to throw to that side of the plate on the outside corner.
So we got 1 down with 1 on, and here comes the early leader in the clubhouse, if you will, for Atlantic League MVP. He is in the top 5 in most offensive categories thus far this season. The third baseman, Jake Fox. We'll give you his impressive numbers in just a moment. Pitch from Graham is a fastball low and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Fox is 10th in hitting in the Atlantic League at .318. 9 homers, leads the league in that department, and 18 runs batted in, has scored 20 runs. 20 runs scored in just 21 games and 28 hits as well. What a start for Jake Fox. Next pitch on the way, and there's a base hit, broken bat to left field. Taking 1 base at a time is Dan Hennigan, and he will stop there. So a broken bat single to left for Jake Fox. And when you're hot, even when the bat breaks, it finds a hole, or in this case, just a little looping single to left.
Yeah, we saw Dan Hennigan yesterday. He had a bunt push single that went about 30 feet. So sometimes you just got to hit it where they aim.
So Hennigan at second base, Jake Fox on at first with the first hit of the game. And brings up the DH, Corey Smith, who is also off to a terrific start. He is 7th in hitting in the Atlantic League at .329. He has no homers, has driven in 8, batting from the right side against the tall righty, Connor Graham. Smith in the cleanup spot, open stance from the right side. Graham comes set. We'll check the runner Hennigan. Takes a big lead, and there's a hard ground ball foul, left side. Karam's down into the corner. No balls and 1 strike.
It was the first inning yesterday when the Ducks got in trouble. 4 runs scored by Somerset on a Luis Montanez grand slam, and it set John Brownell, the starter, back as well. He threw 27 pitches in that first inning, and he wasn't able to go out of the 6th.
And that's what the Ducks are looking for, is length here today in a day-night doubleheader. Graham, a slider, hits the outside corner. Good pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. And my compliments, Tom. A 3.5-hour wild affair here at Bethpage Ballpark, and you called it all solo.
At least they kept it interesting.
You're not kidding. Ducks trailed 4-0 before they even came to the plate, and it was just a seesaw battle from that point. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that is slammed toward the power alley, left center field, and that's going to be all the way up against the wall. Hits the Newsday sign as Hennigan will score easily. Being waved in is Jake Fox. There will be no play at the plate as the ball comes loose on the infield. It is a stand-up 2-run double for Corey Smith, and the Somerset Patriots have broken out on top in the top of the first inning, 2-0.
An absolute blast by Smith. Hit about 6.5 feet up the 8-foot wall. He barely missed a home run to deep left center field. A charge put into that one by Corey Smith.
And Jake Fox coming all the way around from first base to score. So it's 2-0 Somerset. Mike Wilson at the plate, the left fielder. 5th in the batting order for the Somerset Patriots, who have taken an early 2-zip lead. Connor Graham, and there's a ground ball, short hop by Dan Lyons. Throw across first, 1 down. 2 down, rather.
The Patriots, when scoring first this season, 10-3 total, 5-2 on the road. They have scored first in 15 of the 22 ball games they have played. 21 ball games they have played, I should say.
Brings up Luis Montanez, the center fielder. Batting 6th for Somerset, so 2 down, 1 on that bouncer to short. Corey Smith held on, was unable to advance. The ball hit in front of him. So Connor Graham trying to get out of this inning without any more damage done, but there's a ground ball and makes it across the third base bag by Gabe Suarez, and coming in to score is Corey Smith. All the way down into the corner, stand-up run-scoring double for Luis Montanez, and Somerset extends their lead to 3-0 in the top of the first.
Not much Suarez could do on that one. It was hit directly up the line. Suarez reached over, but no chance for the third baseman. It leads to a double and another run for Somerset.
So this brings up Eddie Martinez Esteve. He's the first baseman for Somerset. Runner in scoring position, 2 down, 3 runs in. Pitch from Graham, hits the inside corner rather. Good heat on that fastball, no balls and 1 strike. Martinez Esteve at 292. No homers, has driven in 6. Played in 13 games thus far in 2013. Crouch style, right side of the plate. Curveball up high. Might have been a hard slider from Graham, who misses. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So a rocky start for Connor Graham and the Ducks. Top of inning number 1. 3 hits, 3 runs in. And we're not quite done yet. 1-1 pitch on the way is scooped up by catcher Ramon Castro. Setting the defense for the Ducks, Anthony Arminio making his Duck debut at first base. Ray Navarrete at second. Dan Lyon, the shortstop. Championship Series hero from last year, of course. Gabe Suarez at third. Ryan Canary in left. Danny Perales in center. Joash Brodeen around in right. Ramon Castro behind the plate, as we mentioned. Connor Graham on the mound with a 2-1 count on Eddie Martinez Esteve. And he misses. Actually, that's his call. Strike. Bit of a delayed call there from Marty Barrow behind the plate, and we are at deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down and a runner at second base. Graham coming set. A Seagull coming set in short center field as well. Big curveball up high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full. You see that, Seagull?
Yeah, but it's a Ducks game, not a Seagulls game.
I don't think that Seagull knows what's happening here.
You might find out soon enough, though.
We just hope there's no Dave Winfield type episodes.
Randy
on the
Johnson.
Right, that too. Payoff pitch to Martinez Esteve, and there's a short hop by Ray Navarrete. Keeps it in front of him. Good play by Ray, and the throw across to Arminio is in time. That one actually hit Ray in the chest. Might have bounced up and hit him in the chin. Acting like a linebacker, stopping a running back straight at him. But the side is finally retired. In the inning for the Somerset Patriots. 3 runs, 3 hits, a walk, a man left. We are in the middle of the first inning at Bethpage Ballpark, and the score, Somerset 3, the Ducks, coming up.
Hi, this is Ray Navarrete, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northeast Facility Supplies is the official janitorial supplier of the Long Island Ducks, serving all of Long Island, both North and South Fork locations to better serve you. We're located in Ronkonkoma and have a complete range of janitorial supplies for all your facilities' needs. Whether it's paper, plastics, chemicals, machinery, or equipment, no business is ever too big or too small for us. Don't forget to ask about our price match guarantee. Visit us on the web at www.nefaci.com or give us a call at 631-563-8119.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Wise, Tom Felice. Ducks coming up, bottom of inning number 1, already in a hole, trailing 3-0. 2 doubles, a single, a walk. And Connor Graham roughed up a bit in the top of the first, but it's still early. Plenty of time left, Tom.
That's for sure. The Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Duck player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quackerjack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union, serving members since 1916. The Ducks with 57 walks on the season coming into this one.
And they could use a few base runners right here in the bottom of the first. Try to take a little bit of a bite out of this early 3-0 lead for Somerset. Danny Perales, Ray Navarrete, Ramon Castro batting against the starter for Somerset, Brad Thompson. Perales batting from the left side against the righty, Thompson. First pitch on the way, and Danny slams one foul just to the right of the first base bag. Out in front of that off-speed pitch from Thompson. It's no balls and a strike to Danny on the season. Perales at 282. Leads the Ducks in home runs with 4, among the league leaders in RBIs with 17. 5th in the league in runs driven in. Big home run cut from Perales. He was out in front again. Nubs it foul behind the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to Danny Perales, center fielder for the Long Island Ducks here this afternoon. Again, it's a day-night doubleheader. Both 9-inning games. And there's every reason to be optimistic that the rain, should it arrive, will arrive between games and not affect us in either case. 0-2 pitch on the way. Backdoor breaking ball from Thompson missing. A ball and 2 strikes.
Wind blowing out pretty hard to left field, helping the righties. We saw Smith in the first inning gave one a ride.
It did, hitting the Newsday sign in left center field. Big swing and a miss, another off-speed pitch, and Danny Perales goes down on strikes, 1 down. So that's what you'll see, the MO for Brad Thompson. He's got a serviceable fastball, but it's all about changing speeds and depends on that change. And brings up the 2009 Atlantic League MVP and the longest tenured Long Island Duck in history, Ray Navarrete at the plate. Playing second base here this afternoon. And the first pitch catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Ray at 225 on the season, not the best of starts. He has 1 homer, 7 RBIs, 10 runs scored. Only a matter of time before he heats up, and he sends one to right field, and it drops in for a base hit. Ray cruising around first base and holds there as that one just dumped into right field near the foul line. Josh Kroger got to it quickly, so the Ducks have their first base runner and first hit of the afternoon with 1 out, 1 on.
And that's just fine. The Ducks just need to play station-to-station baseball. It's basically what Somerset did in the top of the first, and Long Island did it early in the game yesterday. They scored 2 runs in each of the first 3 innings.
And Navarrete got hot last night with a 2-for-5 evening, 3 runs scored, a couple of driven in. And Ramon Castro came in as a pinch hitter and then played first base, was 0-for-2 last night, and he slams one down the left field line. Will it stay fair? No. Up against that patio section that juts out down the left field line. No balls and 1 strike to Castro.
You mentioned Castro played first base last night. The first time he played anywhere defensively besides catcher in his professional baseball career.
Wow, how about that? A 13-year major league career and some time spent in the minors. Never had played anything else but catcher. Must have been a strange experience for Ramon. 0-1 pitch on the way, and he lifts one sky high, mile high, just outfield grass, shortstop going out. That is Somerset's Bobby Stevens who makes the catch, and there are 2 down here in the bottom of the first. So let's bring up the Ducks DH for the afternoon, Ralph Henriquez.
Number 30.
Henriquez playing in his 13th game as a Duck. Just limited at-bats, 42. He has hit a couple of homers, driven in 4, average at 119, hitting from the left side against the righty, Brad Thompson. Ray Navarrete at first, a 1-out single. He's still there. 2 down now. Pitched to Henriquez on the way, and again, that's a changeup from Thompson. No balls and 1 strike. You know, if you throw just changeups, I'm not sure if you could actually call it a changeup. What's it changing from?
That becomes your fastball.
Yeah, exactly.
Or your ball. It might not be fast, but it becomes your pitch.
A changeup effective when there's a variance, a deficit between the miles per hour of the fastball as compared to the change. But Brad Thompson throws a lot of slow stuff, at least so far. 0-1 pitch on the way, and there's a curveball. Backdoor breaking ball hits the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes to Ralph Henriquez.
Seems to be working for Thompson. He's thrown just 1 ball in this inning, 9 strikes.
So he's off to a fairly sharp start. Notwithstanding the single off the bat of Ray Navarrete, which is dumped to right field. Next pitch on the way is a fastball. Haven't seen too much of that so far, but it's up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Joe Ashbrodeen, right fielder for the Ducks, is waiting on deck. Henriquez, switch hitter. In the lineup today against the right-hander Thompson. There are a fair number of righties, few switch hitters, and lefties too. A call, strike 3. That's a backdoor breaking ball and a good one. Ralph Henriquez goes down looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning, no runs, a hit, a man left. We have finished 1 at Bethpage Ballpark in CI, and the score, Somerset 3, the Ducks nothing.
Hi, this is center fielder Danny Perales, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated Paver Shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver Shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc paver, let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Now that Metrex is the official nutrition bar of the Long Island Ducks, they're fueling their powerful lineup with delicious high-quality protein to support lean muscle and strength. So that in 2013, the Long Island Ducks can have their best season ever. Uh-oh. Metrex, shaping every body.
A place to do business. The event will take place at the Suffolk County Community College.
Top of the second inning at Bethpage Ballpark. The Somerset Patriots up 3-0 on the Ducks. And the Ducks injury report is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapists of the Long Island Ducks. And a list that was very short last homestand has grown. Josh Barfield and Ryan Strebe both placed on the inactive list today. Josh Barfield with a hamstring injury. It's not expected he will play on this homestand, but might be in action when the team goes to Southern Maryland next week. Ryan Strebe out for a couple of weeks with a wrist injury. Bryant Nelson's day-to-day with his oblique injury. And Ben Broussard, same story, day-to-day. It's a calf injury for Ben Broussard.
And as the Somerset Patriots come up in the top of inning number 2, facing Connor Graham, the tall righty on the mound. Somerset leading 3-0 in the top of the second inning. James Skelton, number 8 man in the order at the plate. First pitch swinging, bounding ball, nice big hop for Ray Navarrete. And the toss over to first baseman Anthony Arminio in time. 1 pitch, 1 up, 1 down.
And that's helpful for Connor Graham. He threw 21 pitches in the first inning, and everyone wants him to have a long outing today with 6 pitchers throwing last night, a doubleheader today. There's not a lot of extra arms in the dugout. We said that Pete Budkvix was activated for today to give the Ducks one more arm, but still, it's going to be a struggle for the pitching staff to throw 18 innings today.
What the Ducks want from their starter here in game 1 is length. The kind of length Connor Graham has standing on the mound at 6'7". His first pitch, fastball, strike, outside corner. And no balls and a strike to Bobby Stevens on the season at 214. A homer, 4 RBIs. Righty-righty matchup here. And next pitch to Stevens on the way. Slider inside. And low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Following Stevens, back to the top of the order, and Dan Hennigan. It was a long top of the first for Connor Graham, giving up a walk, 3 hits, couple of doubles, and 3 runs scored in all. 1-1 pitch on the way that's hit in the air. Center field, no problem at all for Danny Perales, who makes the catch, and quickly 2 down.
Seems like Graham has settled down. His first start in 3 years of professional baseball, in his last 3 years of professional baseball, and he seems to have settled in.
Much different mindset to start a game than to come in. And Connor Graham has been a middle reliever, set-up man during his Ducks tenure. And as we said, starting a game is a different kettle of duck. Pitch on the way from Graham to Dan Hennigan, and that's a strike. Right down the middle, no balls and a strike to Hennigan, who led off the game with a walk and would eventually come around to score on a double from Corey Smith. 0-1 pitch on the way is just downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dan Hennigan. It is peanut-free and allergy awareness day at Bethpage Ballpark today for game 1 of this doubleheader. My question is, if there are no nuts in the ballpark, what am I doing here? 1-1 pitch on the way, check swing foul, right side, a ball and 2 strikes. Tom is smiling, so I know I tickled him a little bit here.
No, you made the joke I was going to make. That's the problem.
I beat you to it, didn't I? There you go.
You have more experience in being a nut, I guess.
Yes, I am. Lifetimes of experience there. A veteran nut. But allergy awareness, no laughing matter, very serious issue, and it's nice to have that on display at the ballpark, and no peanuts anywhere. Fisting it foul to the right side is Hennigan. Good fastball from Connor Graham in on the hands of Hennigan, who could do nothing with it. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 2 down, nobody on, top of the second, and Somerset with an early 3-0 lead, a 3 spot in the top of the first. You can hear the vendors just below us, and they are not selling peanuts, as we mentioned. 1-2 pitch on the way. Big curveball just missing, just a bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I've nicknamed this particular vendor Throwback because of his delivery. He seems like he's selling papers on the street corner during the Depression.
He's right out of the musical Newsies. Well put, Tom. That's exactly what it reminds us of. 2-2 the count. Connor Graham kicks and deals. Pitch on the way to Hennigan, and there's a bouncing ball shortstop racing into Dan Lyons with the momentum. Makes the flip over to first base and Anthony Arminio. 3 up and 3 down. A thankfully easy inning for Connor Graham, an economical one as well. And the side retired with nothing across. We've got an inning and a half here at Bethpage Ballpark, and the score remains Somerset 3, the Long Island Ducks nothing.
Hi, this is shortstop Dan Lyons. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheDannyLyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
This one is clocked. Deep left field by Dan Lyons. Going back is left fielder Peter Barrows. He's looking up. That ball will not leave its wingman. I feel the need for speed. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. No good. Talk to me. Hey, Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Every time a Ducks hitter goes deep, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all the winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
This summer, LIPA can help you save big on a new central air conditioning system with up to $1,000 in rebates and up to $500 in operating cost savings each year. And only a LIPA participating Cool Homes contractor can make sure you get all these savings plus a quality installation for maximum comfort over the life of your system. Ready to save? We're ready to help. Visit lipower.org/coolhomes to make sure that your contractor is a LIPA Cool Homes contractor.
Bottom of the second inning at Bethpage Ballpark. The Somerset Patriots up 3-0 on the Long Island Ducks. Take a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard. Southern Maryland, the Blue Crabs, have grabbed a 3-2 lead over Bridgeport. That game in the top of the third, just across Long Island Sound in Bridgeport. They're playing a doubleheader as well. Second game scheduled for 6:05. A 5:35 start in Camden as the River Sharks host Sugarland. York and Lancaster have to fit 2 in at Clipper Magazine Stadium as well, as they were rained out. They started the game yesterday, got to the 4th inning when the rains came.
So it'll be Joash Brodeen, Anthony Arminio, and Gabe Suarez to face Brad Thompson on the mound for Somerset. First pitch from Thompson. Slings a fastball that hits the outside portion of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Ducks trail 3-0, bottom of inning number 2. Brodeen at .239 on the season. Pitch on the way. Fastball just a bit tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Couple of homers for Joash and 7 RBIs. Joash Brodeen, a major component of the run to the championship in 2012 for the Long Island Ducks. Batting from the left side, slightly open stance. 1-1 pitch on the way from Thompson. Underneath Brodeen's hands. I'm not sure if he was crazy about that strike call from Marty Bauer, but a strike nonetheless. It's 1-2.
Marty Bauer has a wide strike zone, and that's what the Atlantic League wants this season.
Absolutely. 1-2 pitch on the way, but that was too far outside to be called a strike. And the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Even with the 3 runs at the top of the first, you have 2 pitchers who work quickly, so there's a very rapid pace to the game, at least so far. Next pitch on the way is tapped through the middle. Over the second base bag, taken by the second baseman. The throw over to first is in time. A very nice play by Somerset's Bobby Stevens. He had to race over to his left, scrambled to get it behind the second base bag. It was just a tapper from Brodeen, not hit hard. But Stevens got up, whirled, threw, and a nice play at first base from Martinez Esteve. 1 down.
Very nice play by Bobby Stevens, ranging behind the bag as Anthony Arminio steps up for the first time in his Ducks career.
Resides in Hicksville, the native Long Islander. Batting from the left side, and on the first pitch, swings, hits it right back to the box, hit sharply, but taken by Thompson. He flips to first, 2 down. So Arminio, now officially a Long Island Duck in the ball game. His first at bat, hit it well, but snared by Thompson, goalie style.
And he hustled down the line. He knows that he's very lucky to be here, so he's going to take every effort to do what he can to stay here. And Arminio sprinting down that first base line.
Here's Gabe Suarez, who had a very good night last night. He had a home run among his 2 hits, 2 runs scored, 2 driven in the Ducks' 10-9 loss in this series opener against Somerset. Fastball from Thompson, up and in, it's 1-0. Suarez on the season is a .245. Now with 2 homers, has knocked in 3, has scored 9. Next pitch on the way, big swing from Gabe, hits it into the Somerset dugout. And the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan Canary is waiting on deck. Skies have brightened a bit here at Bethpage Ballpark. Still overcast, but doesn't look nearly as dismal. And there's a fly ball to right field off the bat of Suarez right to Josh Kroger, who hardly had to move. 3 up and 3 down for the Long Island Ducks. They go quietly, nothing across. We have finished 2 complete here at Bethpage Ballpark, and the score remains Somerset 3, the Ducks nothing.
Hi, this is Josh Barfield, second baseman for the Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Top of the third, 3-0 Somerset over the Long Island Ducks in Game 1 of a scheduled doubleheader at Bethpage Ballpark. And today's third inning trivia is brought to you by Carvel. Carvel celebrating more than 75 years of making people happy. Tonight's third inning trivia question: how many doubleheaders did the Long Island Ducks play last year in 2012, their Atlantic League Championship season?
Good question, because you only have a few that are scheduled. Then, of course, when the weather gets in the way, that forces some doubleheaders, at times back-to-back, where there's 7 innings apiece. You have a couple of scheduled day-night doubleheaders. All right, I'll have to give that some thought. Good question. On a day where we have a day-night doubleheader. Tonight's game starting at 7:05. Gates open at 6:05. If you're thinking of coming on out, then we do hope the rain abates. We're not getting any sprinkles right now. It did rain fairly steadily earlier this afternoon. The tarp was on the field before the game, but this field drains as well as any in professional baseball. 0-1 the count to Josh Kroger at the plate. Connor Graham's next pitch on the way, and there's a backdoor breaking ball for a strike. 0-2 to Josh Kroger, who struck out his first time up. Somerset scoring 3 runs in the top of the first. That's where we are. Top of the third now, still 3-0. Just missing outside is Graham, who wanted that one. He was ready to pounce off the mound, thinking that Marty Bauer behind home plate was going to punch out Josh Kroger, but just a little outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kroger, batting from the left side, deep in the box. Connor Graham, full delivery, 1-2 pitch, missing way outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Graham, unlike relievers who are pressed into duty to start, is not pitching from the stretch.
He's going from the full windup.
He is, unlike Dontrell Willis, who's been a starter his own entire career, but for reasons that deal with that funky delivery, he pitches now totally from the stretch. And inside again is Graham, so count now worked full by Josh Kroger. It's 3-2. And if you've seen Dontrell Willis, had the pleasure so far, I mean, he's just an amazing guy, articulate, that $1 million smile.
About $1 billion smile.
Incredible, electric. And doesn't have quite the leg kick he used to have, but still, when you see him pitch, you know it's Dontrell on the mound. It's just a pleasure to have him as a Long Island Duck. Well, as far as Connor Graham is concerned, he loses Josh Kroger, who walks to lead off this third inning, and that's how Connor got into trouble in the top of the first with that leadoff walk. So Kroger is aboard with nobody out. And one of the leading hitters in the Atlantic League, the dangerous Jake Fox, coming to the plate. He singled to left his first time up on a broken bat single. And Fox would eventually come around to score on a 2-run double from the guy standing on deck, Corey Smith. Fox in this righty-righty matchup. Connor Graham coming set. Josh Kroger takes a small lead. Pitch on the way. Slider down low. 1 ball and no strikes to Jake Fox.
You mentioned Dontrell Willis a moment ago. He's scheduled to start on Tuesday night here at Bethpage Ballpark. So if you want to come out and see Dontrell Willis Tuesday night is the time to do it.
Well worth it. Coming set, Graham. Again, the short lead at first. 1-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Not just a wide strike zone, but in the Atlantic League this year, you're calling the strike zone the way it is written in the rules. That includes up and down as well.
Yeah, from the hollow of the knees to the middle of the chest.
Right, the letters, absolutely. 1-1 count to Jake Fox. Next pitch on the way, just missing. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Fox, who played briefly for Somerset. Last season hit .338 with 31 hits, 6 doubles, triples, 7 homers, 20 RBIs, all in 21 games, giving you a taste of what he could do over a full campaign, and off to such a great start here in 2013. 2-1 pitch, skips off the glove of catcher Ramon Castro, and jogging down to second base is Josh Kroger. Wild pitch, pass ball. What do you think?
I think I'm going to ask Mike Pollock the official score.
And we'll get the word for you, but the result is the same. Josh Kroger is now in scoring position with nobody out, and a 3-1 count on Jake Fox. So Connor Graham has to be very careful here. He's got first base open, of course. Pitch on the way is way up high. Wasn't going to give Jake Fox anything he could handle. Back-to-back walks. That's now 3 walks surrendered by Connor Graham. Fox is aboard at first. Kroger, who had already advanced, is at second base. 2 on, nobody out. And we do have some problems here for Connor Graham on the top of the third as skipper Kevin Baez goes out to talk to Connor.
It was a passed ball that allowed Kroger to move to second base. The walk to Fox makes it rather irrelevant. As Kevin Baez has said what he needs to say, and he'll head back to the dugout.
Corey Smith, number 15.
So Corey Smith, who hit a big 2-run double to the power alley all the way against the Newsday sign in left center field back in the first inning, driving in the first 2 runs of the game. He's at the plate right now. Wide open stance from the right side. Connor Graham comes set with 2 men on. First pitch on the way, catches the inside portion of the plate. Good pitch from Connor. It's no balls and 1 strike.
The first inning started with a walk to Dan Hennigan. This inning has started with 2 walks. The old adage is that leadoff walks will come in to score.
Oh, those base on balls. 0-1 the count to Corey Smith. And the pitch on the way, and a backhand block by Ramon Castro, similar to the pitch that got away just a few moments ago. Was able to keep that one in front of him. And no advance by anybody on the base pass, and the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Smith driving in his 9th and 10th runs of the season with that 2-run double back in the first inning. Somerset off to a great start this year at 15-6 overall after a disappointing 2012 campaign. 1-1 pitch on the way, and that is ripped. Left field. Going back is Ryan Canary. He has room, reaches up, makes the catch. No advance by anybody as he gets the ball back in. So that one hit well by Corey Smith. But in this case, it was Canary able to get there and make the grab.
Canary taking a bit of a family circus route to that ball. He drifted in, then back, had to reach up as I think the wind caught it a little bit. It was pushing it over his head, but Canary kept the ball in his sights, made the catch, and got a good first out in this top of the third.
As a big first out as well. Double play, of course, still in order, and Mike Wilson, who bounced to shortstop his first time up, is at the plate. And he swings at the first pitch. It's a fastball. That probably ended up at shoulder level. Rising fastball from Connor Graham. No balls and a strike to Mike Wilson. Connor looking in. Kroger leading off second base. Jake Fox off first. Next pitch on the way is hit in the air, playable. Right field, Joash Brodeen going just a few strides to his right, makes the catch. It looked like Josh Kroger was going to attempt to tag. He just wanted to get a throw. It came in quickly, no advance. So 2 big outs for Connor Graham here in the top of inning number 3 as Brodeen makes the second out in the third. So it'll bring up Luis Montanez, who had an RBI double down the left field line, just eluding the glove of third baseman Gabe Suarez, and that drove in the 3rd run of the game for Somerset, and that's where we stand at 3-0, top of the third. So back-to-back walks to lead off this third inning. But Connor Graham has rebounded, getting Corey Smith to line out to left, Mike Wilson to fly out to right, and Montanez is at the plate. Another righty-righty matchup here as Graham comes set, pitch on the way, high and tight, 1 ball and no strikes to Luis Montanez.
That double in the first, he extended his hitting streak to 8 games.
Early on, that's impressive. There are a number of players in the Atlantic League who have yet to really heat up. Weather has a lot to do with it. And the pitch to Montanez is hit a mile high, center field, drifting back is Denny Perales. Still drifting, almost at the warning track. About 10 feet short of the 400-foot sign, but makes the catch. So after back-to-back walks, Connor Graham gives the outfielders, all of them, some work. A line out to left, a fly out to right, and then Montanez ending the inning by skying it to center field. In the inning, no runs, no hits, couple of walks, 2 men left. We have finished 2.5 here at Bethpage Ballpark. Score remains Somerset 3, the Ducks nothing.
Hi, this is pitcher Ian Snell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Now that Metrex is the official nutrition bar of the Long Island Ducks, they're fueling their powerful lineup with delicious high-quality protein to support lean muscle and strength. So that in 2013, the Long Island Ducks can have their best season ever. Uh-oh. Metrex, shaping every body.
I love coming to the stadium. What do you love about a Long Island Ducks game?
The excitement.
The laughter.
The memories.
Spending time with my family.
Watching my grandson's eyes light up.
Dancing with Clocker Jack.
What about you?
A 400-foot shot.
Definitely the food. Getting autographs and running the bases.
Play ball! For game times and promos for your 2012 Atlantic League champions, visit liducks.com.
I love this game.
Ducks Baseball. It's game time.
Bottom of the third inning, time for the answer to tonight's third inning trivia question brought to you by Carvel. Carvel celebrating more than 75 years of making people happy. The question, how many doubleheaders did the Long Island Ducks play in 2012?
And let me give just a stab at it. 5.
Higher, 7.
Wow, how about that?
7 total doubleheaders in 2012 for the Long Island Ducks. 2 on the schedule for this year, tonight and June 8th. At Bethpage Ballpark.
And again, with weather problems, you never know when a doubleheader may be forced. And one thing about this spring of 2013, we haven't had one.
And we're due for the rain, so.
Yeah, the rain, of course, is here, but a little damp today, not raining right now. The problem has been the temperature. I mean, just how many 70-degree days have we had? We're in the middle of May, for goodness sake, and we're still dealing with temperatures, 60s, 50s, at night dropping to the 40s. Enough already. All right, Ryan Canary for the Long Island Ducks, number 8 in the order, at the plate, takes a strike inside corner, 0-1.
You know what's going to happen? The Islanders will be eliminated from the playoffs, and it'll be 80 degrees the rest of the year.
We certainly hope not.
And I don't want them to be eliminated, but I think once hockey season ends, then the weather will know that it's time to flip into baseball season.
Then the weather and the temperature goes through the roof. 1-1 pitch to Canary on the way, and he hits one foul out of play over our heads, over everything. Canary on the season at 167. No homers, has knocked in 2, playing in his 14th game of the season. You'll see some of the players who spend time on the bench in the lineup with the Ducks dealing with a few injuries right now. And, of course, you've got the day-night doubleheader as well. Canary swings right through a changeup, so he goes down swinging. That is the third strikeout for Brad Thompson. 1 out, nobody on here. Bottom of inning number 3. Heading into the game, Brad Thompson, one of the leading pitchers in the Atlantic League, an ERA of 2.84. It had given up just 24 hits and 25 in the third innings pitched. That struck out 11, walked 4, a record of 2-1. Dan Lyons at the plate, number 9 hitter. Will go down in the history of Ducks baseball with that squeeze single that brought home a championship last September. And a curveball, good one, hitting the inside corner. No balls and a strike to Lyons, who is at 212. No homers, has knocked in 3, 8 runs scored in 20 games, entering this afternoon's contest. Kind of a 9-iron type wedge swing from Lyons, who misses. It's no balls and 2 strikes. After Danny, back to the top of the order, and Danny Perales.
27 pitches for Brad Thompson, 21 of them for strikes.
Very efficient so far. Good control. 0-2 pitch on the way and slap foul out of play right side. No balls and 2 strikes. To this point, Thompson has walked no one, struck out 3, has induced a few ground balls. Only 1 ball has been hit to the outfield. That was a fly to right from Gabe Suarez to end the second inning.
And the Navarrete single.
True enough. Tom is on his game. In the dirt, blocked nicely by James Skelton, and it is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And even that Navarrete single was not hit that hard.
No.
He flared it.
It was just a bloop down the right field line. So nothing has really been hit hard by the Ducks to this point. They've been off balance against the changing speeds of Thompson. Next pitch on the way. That one's hit hard. A rocket to third, but snared by Jake Fox, and the throw across is in time. Nice play by Jake Fox. 2 down.
Thompson known as a sinker baller, so it's not surprising to see a lot of these balls being hit on the ground.
And here's Danny Perales. Any breeze that we had earlier that was blowing in stiff fashion toward left field has dissipated. Now it's just a kind of a soft breeze to left, but would still help anybody from the right side of the plate. Danny Perales swinging from the left side to face the right-hander Thompson here. Perales struck out leading off the game. Stands deep in the box, holds the bat high. Pitch from Thompson, missing down low. 1 ball and no strikes to Danny. In the RBI column, Perales 5th in the league entering today's action with 17 knocked in. 1-0 pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes to Perales. Ray Navarrete standing on deck. We have a long way to go. Bottom of the third, but the Ducks in an immediate 3-0 hole. Giving up 3 runs on the top of the first to Somerset. Just missing outside. That one was close. 3 balls and no strikes to Perales.
First batter to go to 3 balls against Thompson. Only one time through the order, only once through the order the first time did a man have 2 balls in his count.
And 3-0 pitch is right down the pike. So 3 balls and a strike to Perales, who might be expecting something good to hit here. But with a 3-run lead, even though it's early, a pitcher could take a few more chances. 3-1 pitch on the way, and there's a bouncing ball not hit that hard. Second baseman Dan Hennigan over to Martinez Esteve. Nope, that was the pitcher covering as Esteve was out of position. Brad Thompson takes it, so you get that unusual 4-1 putout, and that will do it for the Long Island Ducks here in the bottom of inning number 3. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We have finished 3 here at Bethpage Ballpark, and the score remains Somerset 3, the Long Island Ducks nothing.
Hi, this is Josh Brodeen, first baseman, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Want to know what happy tastes like? Well, treat your taste buds to Carvel's new Iceberg and Carvelate beverages. A Carvel Iceberg starts with your favorite soda, like Coke, Fanta Orange, and Barks Root Beer. Blend in ice and vanilla flavoring. It's then topped off with Carvel's famous soft serve ice cream. And try a new Carvelate, a dynamite mixture of coffee and hazelnut or Irish cream flavor, blended with ice and topped off with whipped cream and crunchies. New Carvelates and Iceberg drinks. That's what happy tastes like. Only at Carvel. Visit Carvel.com for the location nearest you.
Hey, Duck fans, you want all the latest inside info on your defending Atlantic League champion Long Island Ducks? Then follow Ducks President and General Manager Michael Pfaff on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucksGM. You'll find out first right here about player transactions, special stories, and so much more. You'll also be able to interact with Michael directly and get his take on all things Ducks baseball. Head to twitter.com/LIDucksGM today and make sure to follow along throughout the entire 2013 season. It's game time.
Hey, Duck fans, you can discover the real difference at Huntington Honda West and get straight down the middle savings on Long Island's #1 lineup of Honda certified used cars. Huntington Honda West doesn't play games or small ball. Check out the giant indoor showroom along with hundreds of premium used vehicles available at HuntingtonHondaCars.com or visit Huntington Honda West on Jericho Turnpike, just a half mile east of Route 110. Top of the 4th inning. David Weiss with you, Bethpage Ballpark, Ducks and Somerset Patriots. We hand the microphone reins over to my buddy Tom Felice.
Thanks, David. Connor Graham curves one in there for strike 1 to Eddie Martinez Esteve. Martinez Esteve, James Skelton, and Bobby Stevens coming up in the top of the fourth. Somerset up 3-0. 0-1. Fastball catches the inside corner. Count quickly 0-2 to Martinez Esteve. First time up, the first baseman grounded out to second base. That ended the 3-run first inning. Righty-righty matchup. Graham from the windup, nods at the sign, kicks and fires 0-2. Swung on, hit on the ground, right back to Graham. He backhands, double pumps, throws the first for the out. Connor Graham fielding his position very well there with a quick reaction to grab that ball.
Yeah, he was like a cat. Listen, he's 6'7". He's all arms and legs, of course, but after he follows through, his momentum is carrying him toward the first base side. That was hit behind him, so he reached back, backhand style with his glove and snared that grounder that was hit fairly sharply. It's a nice play by Connor.
Sends up James Skelton. Skelton catching today, left-handed hitter. Grounded out to second base his first time up. Open stance from the left side. Graham kicks, delivers the first pitch. Two-seam fastball hits the outside corner for strike one. Mentioned Connor Graham making his first start of the season, his first professional start since April 25th of 2010. One strike pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses outside. The count evens up. Connor Graham was pitching for the Akron Arrows, the AA affiliate of the Cleveland Indians in the Eastern League. He won that ball game 9-2 over the Bowie Bay Sox, Orioles affiliate. Break-even pitch. Skelton shows bunt. Pulled it back in time. The pitch was low. It's 2-1. After that game, Connor Graham went to the bullpen, and he had not been taken out of the bullpen since. 97 straight regular season relief appearances for Graham, both with the Akron Arrows and then with the Long Island Ducks last year and this season. 2-1 pitch. The kick, here it is. Fastball high. 3-1 count. Graham started out his career as a starter. 57 of his first 60 professional appearances came as a starter. Then he was transitioned to the bullpen, and until today, he had been there ever since. 3-1 count to Skelton. The pitch. Fastball high for ball four. Fourth walk of the day issued by Connor Graham. There's a man on with a man out. Top of the fourth, Somerset ahead 3-0.
That's the fourth walk surrendered by Connor Graham. Talk about those names, the Akron Arrows, the Bowie Bay Sox. You got to love the minor league names across the country. You get some unusual ones, you know, the lug nuts, tug nuts.
Oh, I worked for the Fort Wayne Tin Caps last year.
Oh,
so
that's fantastic.
I'm very familiar, especially with the Lansing Lug Nuts also in the Midwest League.
I believe that there was a minor league baseball team, it might have been minor league hockey, I'm not sure, to our south called the Growl with about 4 R's in the name. So they played off the growl type thing.
Bobby Stevens hit by the first pitch. I'll send James Skelton up to second base. 2 on with 1 out. Top of the fourth. As Graham might be losing the zone a little bit.
Been an unusual game for Connor Graham. He really was very shaky in inning number 1. Not only with control, but hit pretty hard with a couple of doubles, a single, a walk, 3 runs scored. 1-2-3 second inning. Walked the first 2 batters in the third, then got 3 flyouts to the outfield. And here in the fourth inning, a bounce out, now a walk and a hit batter. Some more trouble for Connor.
Graham pitches from the stretch now against Dan Hennigan, the leadoff hitter. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch to the righty, low and inside for ball 1. Infield into the corners, double play depth up the middle. Outfield in and a step to right. Ducks wearing the orange tops with Ducks in orange script across the chest, outlined in black. Number is in green on the front and back as well. 1-0. Fastball. Finds the inside corner. Count to 1-1. Ducks wearing the black hats with the orange brims. Orange Duck logo on those hats. White pants with the green pinstripes in game 1. Somerset in the Navy uniforms. Maroon numbers outlined in white on the back. 1-1. Runners hold. Pitches hit on the ground to second base. Navarrete throws the second for 1. Lyons holds on to the ball. A big slide from Bobby Stevens, and Lyons had no play. Skelton moves to third. Hennigan reaches on the fielder's choice. The second out of the inning recorded as Stevens forced out 4-6.
That was a good heads-up play by Danny Lyons. I think he felt, and rightfully so, that he could not get Hennigan at first base. So he faked the throw and quickly wheeled around to third just in case Skelton was thinking about advancing the final 90 feet to home plate.
It'll be up to Josh Kroger with 2 down in the top of the 4th. Patriots up 3-0. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1. First time up, Kroger struck out swinging. He walked in the 3rd, but was stranded on second base. Runners on the corners for the Patriots. It's James Skelton on 3rd. Dan Hennigan on 1st. From the windup, Graham on the first base side of the rubber delivers 1-0. Hit sharply on the ground foul of first base. Anthony Arminio dove, did not reach it. He didn't need to reach it as that ball went foul. And the count evens up at 1-1.
I tell you, for Connor Graham, it's been like walking through a minefield here this afternoon. In and out of trouble. And let's see if he can wiggle out of this one here in the top of the 4th.
Graham holds the ball in his right hand as he stares in. Reads the sign from Castro. Sets high, the 1-1. Fastball tails high and outside to Kroger, the lefty. And the count's 2-1. Next pitch will be number 65 for Connor Graham with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Graham and the Ducks trailing Somerset 3-0. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Somerset took game 1 of the series 10-9 last night. 2-1, another fastball high. It's a 3-1 count.
Boy, considering where the pitch count is, what the scoreboard says, and the fact that Connor's making his first start in years, I think that Steve Foucault and skipper Kevin Baez would feel very fortunate if somehow Connor could give them 5 innings.
Yeah, I don't think they would ask much more than that in a game like this. 3-1 pitch upcoming. The kick, here it is. Swung on, hit high in the air, deep right field. Brodeen back, settling underneath, shy of the warning track, steps right, makes the catch. And that ends the inning. No runs for the Somerset Patriots. A walk, a hit batsman, and a fielder's choice. Ends up with 2 left on. No errors in the inning. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, Somerset ahead of Long Island, 3-0.
Hi, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northeast Facility Supplies is the official janitorial supplier of the Long Island Ducks, serving all of Long Island, both North and South Fork locations to better serve you. We're located in Ronkonkoma and have a complete range of janitorial supplies for all your facilities' needs. Whether it's paper, plastics, chemicals, machinery, or equipment, no business is ever too big or too small for us. Don't forget to ask about our price match guarantee. Visit us on the web at www.nefaci.com or give us a call at 631-563-8119.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as a color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, display your group's artwork, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-DUCK and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. It's game time.
Hey, Duck fans, you can now enjoy the taste of the Australian Outback at discounted prices just by attending Duck games here at Bethpage Ballpark. During every Friday home game, Duck staff members will be handing out coupons for $5 off for the purchase of 2 lunch entrees at Outback Steakhouse as fans exit the ballpark. Whether you're enjoying one of their delicious USDA choice steaks or one of many Aussie-tizers, Outback takes great pride in serving the freshest, highest quality foods possible. Open now on Saturday and Sunday for lunch beginning at 11 a.m. Join them every Wednesday as well for No Worries Wednesday, a complete meal for 2 starting at just $25. At Outback, it's all about the quality, all about the food, and I'm having a craving for ribs you wouldn't believe after reading that.
Oh, I can believe it after hearing you read it.
I'm drooling. Thank you.
Ray Navarrete takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. We'll give David a chance to clean himself up.
Thank you, Tom.
Anything for you, David. Righty. 0-1, hit on the ground. Weakly foul of third base. Kevin Baez fields it very well in the coach's box. Finds a fan and flips it into the stands. 2-hand catch made by a youngster in a blue hooded sweatshirt. Ray Navarrete behind 0-2, leading off the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 Somerset. Righty Brad Thompson winds and fires. Swung on, hit in the air. Deep center field. Montanez going back, still sprinting back at the wall. He looks up, and one hops against the wall. Montanez barehands it, throws it back in. Another double for Ray Navarrete. He had 2 last night, and he adds another one to the ledger. A leadoff double in the bottom of the 4th.
Not so sure about Montanez if he actually saw that off the bat. The ball hit right at you is the toughest for a center fielder. He came in, then went back, and then was drifting to his right. Wasn't exactly sprinting. He might have been afraid of crashing into the wall, but then just kind of lazily bounded to his right and over his head. So Navarrete is aboard here. Ducks trying to get on the board with a leadoff double.
Brings up Ramon Castro, right-handed hitting catcher. Takes first pitch fastball inside for ball 1. Castro popped out to the shortstop. Bobby Stevens his first time up.
So how about Ray with a couple of hits last night? 3 runs scored, 2 driven in, 2 more hits here. Ray is heating up.
Breaking ball hits the outside corner. A strike to the righty Castro. Big gap on the left side of the infield. An area Castro could sneak one through. Same thing on the right side, really. Middle infielders pinch towards second base. They're worried about holding Navarrete on. Navarrete yet to attempt a stolen base in 2013. 1-1. Another fastball inside. Castro raises the arms to avoid being hit. Counts 2-1. Castro cuffs the pants just below the knee, showing off the black socks. He wears orange and black high-top shoes. Thompson pitching from the stretch. Takes a deep breath, stares at second base, fires 2-1. Swung on, skied to shallow left field. Wilson running in. Shortstop Stevens back. It's Wilson. Left fielder makes a one-handed catch, and that's the first out of the inning.
Hey, the ball is not exactly carrying well today at all. We saw that with the final out of the top of the 4th off the bat of Josh Kroger, who tomahawked one off Connor Graham, which I thought was gone right off the bat to right field, but it just hung up there.
It looks like the wind has shifted a bit from out to left to in from right, kind of blowing from foul pole to foul pole, and that doesn't help anybody at the plate.
No, but so Navarrete did hit it very hard to get it almost up against the center field wall for the double.
Ralph Enriquez in from the left side. Checks his swing of the first pitch. It's a ball low. Enriquez struck out looking to end the first inning. Enriquez, the designated hitter in this game. Expect him to catch game number 2 of the doubleheader. He and Ramon Castro have split the catching duties this season. Enriquez caught last night. 1 ball offering. Swung on, hit on the ground, foul of first base. And it's Bud Harrelson coaching first base there. He makes a nice play and underhands it to a man with his daughter 2 rows back just to the right of the Ducks dugout.
Buddy Harrelson, member of the Suffolk Sports Hall of Fame. Speaking of which, there's the segue. The induction ceremony for 2013 was held last night. Tell you more about that in a bit.
1-1 to Enriquez. Swung on, hit on the ground. Foul of first base again. Another chance for Harrelson. Oh, he boots it. He threw away Ray Navarrete's shin guard. He was holding it in his hands. He discarded it like a catcher throwing the mask away to give himself a better chance, and then Bud couldn't make the play. He eventually picked it up and found a fan to grab the baseball.
And he's laughing about it himself. Buddy inducted back in the early 90s in the Suffolk Sports Hall of Fame. And we had 9 more inductees last night, including the legendary Nicole Kazmarski, who I covered and so many others did back in the 1990s at Sachem High. The best girls basketball player ever on Long Island, one of the best in the history of this country. Injuries derailed her career in college and on to the WNBA, but at Sachem High, she filled the building. There were lines on Nichols Road to get to Suffolk Community College in their gymnasium for a Sachem playoff game, and I remember that. They turned hundreds, maybe even 1,000 people away that night. No one better than Kaz. Kaz Mania back in the 90s, just one of the inductees last night. Jeff Rulin, the great center from Sachem High as well.
To Iona.
There you go. On to Iona as well. He was inducted last night.
Enriquez swings the 1-2. Another foul towards Buddy Harrelson. He makes the play, puts his hands on his hip. He has to find somebody new to throw it to.
Boy, he's getting a lot of action, isn't he?
Yeah, that's 3 chances in a row for Bud Harrelson coaching down at first.
How about that?
3-0 Somerset, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Ray Navarrete leads off second base for the Ducks. 1-2 count on Ralph Enriquez, the designated hitter, batting from the left side. Brad Thompson from the stretch delivers. Fastball high and away. Count evens up at 2-2 on Enriquez.
2 other inductees last night, John and Mike Tice, the brother combinations. Mike Tice, a former head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, assistant coach for years with the Chicago Bears as well. John and Mike, both stars at Central Islip High, and both with NFL careers.
2-2. Fastball inside to Enriquez. The counts are on full.
Matter of fact, one of my lines as MC, I took a chance. I said, hey, John Tice, Mike Tice, Jeff Ruland, and even Marty Lyons was there too. I said, you have 4 grown men, not one neck between them. I got some stares, I'll tell you. Got out of there quickly.
Yeah, those are not guys that you want to find yourself backed into a corner.
No way.
3-2 misses outside. That's a walk. First walk issue today by Brad Thompson. And there's 2 on with 1 out for the Ducks. Tying run coming to the plate. It's Joash Brodeen.
Brodeen with home run power. And he's a switch hitter. He'll be batting from the left side. He's going to take quite a rocket to get one out of here. But at this point, the Ducks, bottom of the 4th, they just want to get something on the board. Just take a little bite out of this 3-0 lead.
Yeah, keep this inning going. Brodeen, a single will do just fine for the Ducks. They're down 3-0. Bottom of the 4th, 1 down. Ray Navarrete on second base. Ralph Enriquez on first. Thompson kicks, fires. Fastball misses outside to the lefty Brodeen. Count 1-0.
Well, the Ducks with 2 runners aboard at the same time for the first time in this game. Want to take advantage of it.
Infield back, double play depth up the middle. Outfield straight away for Somerset. 1-0. Swung on, hit on a line up the middle. Diving, knocked down by Stevens, the shortstop. He has no play as he chased that ball behind second base. He kept it in the infield, but was not able to prevent it from being an infield hit, and the Ducks have the bases loaded.
Well, Brodeen hit it hard as any ball has been hit off of Thompson, and as you mentioned, Bobby Stevens with the dive. It deflected away from him to his left, to our right side of second base. Did prevent a run from being scored, but they are loaded up. Got all the Ducks on the pond, and the native Long Islander making his Duck debut in this first game of a day-night doubleheader today. Anthony Arminio. How big a situation is this for the young Anthony Arminio?
Steps in from the left side. Last time up, he grounded one right back to the pitcher, Thompson. First pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. It's 1-0. Arminio with just 5 games of professional experience coming into this one. He played for the Southern Illinois Miners in the Frontier League in 2011. 2010 graduate of Manhattan College in the Bronx. 1-0. Check swing. Fastball hits the inside corner. The count evens up at 1-1. Arminio, the all-time home run leader at Half Hollows Hills West High School.
How about that? And age 25, what a thrill for him. From Dix Hills to CI, getting to play for the Ducks.
1-1 offering. Fouled off in the batter's box. Count to 1-2. It appears that he has some family sitting along the netting, first row, near the Somerset dugout on the third base side.
Yeah, you can see the cheering section from here.
Yeah, when he came up the first time, he looked over that way as if to say, hey, Mom, I made it, that sort of thing.
Got a lot of friends here today.
Bases full of Ducks, 1 down, 1-2 count to Arminio. 3-0 Somerset, bottom of 4th, the pitch. Swung on, hit fair, down the first base line. Navarrete comes in to score. Enriquez hustles around third base. He scores. Brodeen being waved around too. Kroger digs it out of the corner. And a stand-up triple for Anthony Arminio ties the game at 3. Welcome to the Long Island Ducks.
Standing ovation for the Long Island boy who makes good from Dix Hills, now living in Hicksville, Half Hollow Hills West, ties it up with a rocket down the right field line, banged around. Josh Kroger unable to get it, the right fielder for Somerset. By the time he did, you had Arminio standing on the third base bag, knocking in 3, and just like that, biggest hit of the game, Arminio ties it up for the Ducks. It's 3-3.
Gabe Suarez in from the right side, infield in. Curveball floats across the inside corner for strike 1. I think once Arminio reached third base, he introduced himself to Kevin Baez, the manager and third base coach.
What a thrill for Anthony.
Weak grounder back to the pitcher. Thompson looks at third, holds Arminio there, and throws to first to retire Suarez for the second out of the inning. The Ducks have tied it at 3 with a 3-run triple by Anthony Arminio in his Ducks debut coming here at the bottom of the 4th.
Suarez very upset with himself. He hit it basically to the only spot where the Ducks wouldn't take the lead, right back to the box. Arminio obviously told by Kevin Baez, you run on contact if it's hit anywhere else, but In this case, Suarez right back to the box, so we're still tied at 3, and Ryan Canary with a chance, though, here with 2 down to break the tie.
Infield backs up. First pitch. Canary, the lefty, takes the fastball in there for a strike. Canary struck out swinging in his first at-bat. That was leading off the third. Upright stance. From the stretch, 1-strike pitch. Fastball high and outside, and the count evens up.
After that ball was thrown in from Josh Kroger and made its way over to third base, I hope somebody tossed it out of play so Arminio could keep that baby.
1-1. Swung on and missed. Off-speed stuff from Thompson puts Canary in a 1-2 hole. Arminio leads off third. Ducks and Patriots tied at 3, bottom of the 4th inning. 2 down for Long Island. Thompson ready. He fires 1-2. Another breaking ball misses low. Count evens up at 2-2.
So many native Long Islanders have done so well over the years. The Long Island Ducks going back to nearly the beginning. Matt Giuliano, John Castellano, my good friend Tommy Caputo from Valley Stream by way of Hofstra to the Long Island Ducks. And back in the early 2000s, hit a bottom of the 9th, game-ending waddle-off home run in a 1-0 game against the Newark Bears. Just a great all-time highlight. So many highlights from native Long Islanders.
2-2 hit on the ground to second base. Hennigan charges, fields low, flips to Eddie Martinez-Esteve, the first baseman, and that retires the side. The Ducks tie the ball game with 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left on for Long Island in the bottom of the 4th. Heading to the 5th inning, 3-3 the score between Somerset and Long Island.
Hi, this is Bryant Nelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks Baseball official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak Paving Stones and Walls. Nicolak's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak Pavers pave your way.
This one is clocked. Deep left field by Dan Lyons. Going back is left fielder Peter Barrows. He's looking up. That ball will not leave its wingman. I feel the need for speed. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. It's no good. Talk to me.
Hey, Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Every time a Ducks hitter goes deep, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all the winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Hey fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle & Shop on your next visit to Bethpage Ballpark, also known as the Duck Pond, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. All proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, helping so many every day of the year, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. David Wise, Tom Felice, Bethpage Ballpark, Long Island Ducks, Somerset Patriots. It's the second game of a 3-game series with the Ducks and Pats, and the first game of a day-night doubleheader today. This game started at 6 minutes past 1 o'clock, so a little more than 1 hour in. Ducks fell behind early, 3-0 top of the first, but a 3-run triple from Anthony Arminio, native Long Islander, playing in his first game as a Duck, and the bottom of the 4th has tied it up. We're now in the top of the 5th.
Connor Graham still on the mound, making his first start of the season. Fires to Jake Fox. Swung on, hit straight up in the air on the infield. Everyone converging. Lyons, the shortstop, calls everybody off, makes the catch behind the mound just to the second base side. 1 pitch, 1 out in the top of the 5th.
That's what you're looking for from Connor at this point, some economy of pitches. And as I think we mentioned a couple of innings ago, if Kevin Baez, Steve Foucault, manager and pitching coach respectively of the Ducks, get 5 innings at least out of Connor, that would be a godsend with a day-night doubleheader today, and Connor making his first start in 3 seasons.
Longest outing of the season so far, 2 1/3 innings for Graham, so he's now at 4 1/3 as Corey Smith steps in from the right side, and he takes the first pitch fastball straight down Broadway for strike 1. Smith with a 2-run double in the first inning. Flied out to Ryan Canary in left field his second time up. One strike pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2.
Now, when you say straight down Broadway, obviously you're referring to either Broadway in Sayville or Broadway in Hicksville, because we keep our references local.
Well, I live in West Sayville, so I was referring to
Broadway in Sayville.
Smith fires this one into left field for a base hit. Canary quickly over to pick it up and throw it back in. 2 for 3 in the ball game for Corey Smith.
Well, Connor Graham has had 1-2-3 inning. That was back in the second. And there have been base runners and all kinds of things happening in each of the other frames, but he's hanging in there. It has been a gutty performance thus far for Connor Graham, and the Ducks have tied it up.
Mike Wilson stepping in from the right side. Nine-game hitting streak on the line. Wilson 0 for 2 in this one. Smith leads off first base, 1 down, top of the 5th, 3-3, the tie between Somerset and Long Island. Wilson takes the first pitch fastball high for ball 1. Wilson 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored in last night's 10-9 victory. Leads the team in hitting at .333. That was coming into this one. Corey Smith will have passed him with Smith's 2 for 3 effort so far. 1 ball pitch. Swung on, popped up, foul, and out of play right side.
Well, Mike Wilson had the proverbial cup of coffee with the Seattle Mariners during the 2011 season. 8 games there. Otherwise, it's been all minor leagues. Has 157 minor league home runs in all entering this season. He turns 30 on June 29th.
From the stretch, Graham delivers. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by Wilson upstairs. Counts to 1-2.
So 3 homers this season. Now 160 minor league home runs. He keeps going. He becomes the Crash Davis of the Atlantic League, right?
The Crash Davis record from Bull Durham, most minor league home runs.
Exactly.
1-2. Fastball inside. Wilson juts out of the way. Count evens up at 2-2.
I can watch that movie over and over again. I love baseball movies. I still consider The Natural the best baseball movie ever made. But Bull Durham, I'll watch it over and over. Not for Costner, for Robert Wool. He is unbelievably funny.
2-2 pitch coming up here. Wilson ready. Graham fires. Foul back to the netting. Count stays 2-2.
Best baseball movie. What do you think?
Probably Major League.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, Harry Doyle. Come on.
Okay, I agree.
You have the broadcasting aspect. Bull Durham a 1A, I would say. Right. And then The Natural's up there as well.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for the fable, the fairy tale, The Natural.
Still 2-2 the pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground, up the middle, through for a base hit. There's the 10-game hitting streak for Mike Wilson. Smith travels 90 feet up to second base. 2 on, 1 out, top of the 5th. Somerset looking to grab the lead back. It's a 3-3 ball game.
On the 3rd inning, Connor Graham wiggled out of trouble with 2 leadoff walks. He got 3 fly ball outs. Another couple of base runners with 1 out in the 4th. Got out of trouble there. He's now facing more difficulty here in the 5th. But he has allowed the Ducks, with his gritty performance here this afternoon, to come back and tie it at 3. The last thing you want to do is give up the lead after you have just tied the game. Come back with a 3 spot. You want one of those shutdown frames, so Connor has some work to do.
In tennis parlance, you want to hold serve.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Consolidate the break of serve. Luis Montana is in from the right side. RBI double in the 1st inning. Righty takes a fastball high for ball 1. Montana 1 for 2. He had that double, and then he flied out to center field in the 3rd. Corey Smith on second base. Mike Wilson on first. 1 down in the top of the 5th. 3-3 ball game. Kevin Baez, the Ducks manager, standing on the top step of the dugout. Connor Graham over 70 pitches now. 1-0. Fastball in there for a strike, and the count evens up at 1-1.
I don't think we'll notice any fatigue from Connor by way of speed on his pitches. It may be more with control. And so far, he's hanging in there, and he still has good pop on the fastball.
Graham from the stretch. Stares in, delivers 1-1. Swung on and missed. The speed's still there with that fastball.
What a heater. Rising fastball up on the hands of Montanez, who had no chance swinging through it.
Graham has been a bit wild today. 45 strikes versus 33 balls. Not the tightest ratio, but it's been effective enough, and it's kept the Ducks in the ball game. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled off to our right. Hits the window of the press box.
Well, I know it's become something of legend here. my scream as a 3-year-old girl might scream when the ball came very close to myself and Michael Pollock last season. But
and I believe earlier this season as well.
As well, yes, there was another incident where I was scrambling underneath the desk here in the broadcast booth.
Got to keep your hands up.
You always got to be alert here at Bethpage Ballpark. No matter where you sit, even behind the screen, you can get something on a ricochet.
Another 1-2. Fastball.
Did that hit him?
It hit the bottom. I think it hit the bottom of the bat.
I think you're right. You have Marty Bauer holding up his hand saying it is just a foul tip. And then at the plate, Montanez saying, wait a minute, I was hit. And we'll see if skipper Brett Jody wants to come out and argue the point. He's having a conversation now with Marty Bauer.
He doesn't want to come out and argue the point. He wants to stay in and argue the point. He's getting an explanation because the sound told me that it hit the bat.
I think so. And I think if it had hit Montanez, you would have seen a different reaction. It was kind of a delayed reaction as if he was trying to sell the umpire, Marty Bauer, on being hit. And now we've got a bit of a conference. We've got a conclave on the mound. You've got Marty Bauer out there with Dan Kiley and Frank Leparek, and they will talk it over. And if we see white smoke, I believe that means we'll have
a new umpire?
A new umpire and a new pope at home plate. I'm not sure.
I don't think we'll have a new umpire, but you always like to see the umpires get together and talk, but you wonder what kind of view the field umpires could have in this situation. They are done with their conversation, and the home plate umpire, Marty Bauer, signaled foul ball.
Right. And you're right, Tom. You made a good point here that sometimes it's not just the umpire's eyes, it's his ears, because we could hear something that appeared to be the ball hitting the barrel of the bat, bottom of the bat, from here.
Still a 1-2 count, 3-3 ball game, top of the fifth, one down, men on first and second for the Patriots. Graham from the stretch delivers. Fastball swung on, hit high in the air. Right field, no problem for Brodeen, makes the catch on one step in, throws the ball in, keeping the runners from advancing. That's the second out of the inning.
Big second out, and Connor Graham fielding his position well as he was scrambling behind third base, backing up third baseman Gabe Suarez with the ball coming in from right field. So 2 on, 2 out, and once again Connor Graham has an opportunity to wiggle out of a problem.
It'll be up to Eddie Martinez-Esteve for the Patriots. He's 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. 3-3 ball game, top of the fifth. By this point in the game yesterday, it was 6-5 Ducks, and it had taken about 45 minutes longer to reach the fifth inning.
That was a wild one. Ducks fell in the opener, 10-9.
Righty-righty matchup. Graham checks second, delivers home. Breaking ball upstairs, that's ball one. Martinez-Esteve was 3 for 5 with 2 runs driven in last night in the opener of this series.
Boy, a combined 19 runs and 27 hits last night.
Graham looks in, sets the 1-0. Overthrows a fastball a bit, misses outside. The count to 2-0.
7 pitches used by Somerset, 6 by the Long Island Ducks. 3.5 hours, what, 3:40? Is that what it went last night?
3:34, something like that.
There you go.
That. Well, once you get over 3.5 hours, time becomes rather irrelevant.
True enough.
Graham steps off.
And there he is, our friend the vendor. The old style pitch to the fans. I don't know what he's saying, but he sounds good.
His main pitch is that you don't have to stand in line. 2-0.
Right.
Fastball right in there for a strike.
Part of the ambiance of going to Bethpage Ballpark and enjoying a Long Island Duck game. There are a lot of high-tech things that have become accepted at Major League and minor league ball games, but the vendor shouting, that's something that will always be with us.
He is one of the prime positions he's often found right behind home plate. 2-1 count to Martinez-Esteve. Graham fires. Swung on, hit on the ground up the middle. Lyons ranging to his left, throws it away. Aiming for Suarez, the second baseman, and there was a disconnect there. Connor Graham looking towards the heavens, knowing he could have gotten out of this inning.
So we'll see how that is scored. But, yep, you had Dan Lyons, Ray Navarrete converging at second base. A miscommunication. The throw may have been a bit off. It's ruled an infield hit. So you've got 3 singles in this inning. You've got the bases loaded now. And James Skelton at the plate facing Connor Graham, who still has an opportunity to get out of this with no damage done.
Skelton 0 for 1. He walked his last time up. A walk here would give the Patriots the lead. Bases loaded, 3-3 ball game. 2 outs, top of the 5th. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Shallow left field. Lions a shortstop out. Gives way to Canary, the left fielder. He makes the catch. And that ends the inning. No runs on 3 hits. No errors, 3 left on for the Somerset Patriots. This one's halfway home as we head to the bottom of the 5th. 3-3, Somerset and Long Island.
Hi, this is pitcher Matt Way, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Mr. Savemore, it's happening again. I know our electric costs went down after all that new lighting you did through LIPA's lighting retrofit program, but this month's bill is even lower. Should I contact LIPA this time?
No, Millie. There's still nothing wrong with our LIPA bill. This time I took advantage of LIPA's AC retrofit program. Our central air system was, let's say, not too efficient anymore. You remember last summer. With LIPA's AC retrofit program, I replaced all our units, here in our offices, in our warehouse, and our showroom. With LIPA's increased rebates and lower cooling costs every summer, our new AC systems will pay for themselves in just a few years.
Oh, Mr. Savemore, you did it again! You saved more!
LIPA's commercial AC retrofit program can reduce your cooling costs by up to 30%. Over time, that can mean thousands. Call 1-800-692-2626 or visit lipower.org/retrofit. LIPA, we're working for you.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss, Tom Felice. A reminder, we are bringing you game 1 of a day-night doubleheader. 7:05 start time for the second game of this twin bill today. And the last game of this quick 3-game series against the Somerset Patriots. The Ducks are off tomorrow. All the Ducks spending time with their moms if they are in the area. So for Mother's Day, it's a day off, but doubleheader today. You've got good seats still available, of course. Come on out to the ballpark tonight, right to Central Islip. And if you want Duck tickets for any game this season, there are 3 ways to get them. Right here at the Bethpage Ballpark box office in Central Islip. Online, liducks.com. That's the easiest way possible. Or, of course, over the phone at 631-940-TIXX. That's 940-8499. And I just want to say a congratulatory note out to my good friend Frank Catalinato, former major leaguer, Suffolk County native. He was here at the ballpark last night signing his book, Heart and Hustle. And he had a terrific major league career, was an absolute legend as a high school player in Suffolk County, and another Suffolk Sports Hall of Famer inducted within the last couple of years as well. And I know the fans were really excited to see Frank, and I still think he's in good enough shape to suit up and get right back out there for the Ducks.
I talked to him for the pregame show yesterday and shook his hand, and I was thinking to myself, he looks like he could play anywhere, anytime.
How about that? He still looks like he's in his mid-20s. Makes us all feel really weak in comparison. But Frank off to a good start with that book as well. Can't wait to read it.
And he has things going on everywhere. Yeah. He runs a supplement company. He gives hitting lessons. First pitch of Dan Lyons, hit on the ground weakly towards third. Jake Fox was in. He fields, throws low to first, under the glove of Martinez Esteve. Lyons sprinting for second base. The throw, Lyons slides, he's safe.
That's going down. It's an error against somebody. Error against the third baseman. Charge to Jake Fox on the throw. He had his momentum going toward first base, but just threw it low. Skipped away from Martinez Esteve. And it didn't look like Lyons really had a shot at second base. He pressed the issue. The throw was weak to second, and he made it. So a heads-up play by Lyons to get into scoring position with nobody out.
And it brings up the top of the order, Danny Perales. Center fielder 0 for 2. Ground out and a strikeout swinging. Infield in at the corners. Pinched in the middle. First pitch. Lyons swings, lines it up the middle. Down for a base hit. Baez holds up Danny Lyons at third base. A single for Danny Perales, and there's runners on the corners. Nobody out. Bottom of the 5th. The Ducks looking to break a 3-3 tie.
So how about that? Danny Lyons with his hustle out of the box. Let's face it, not all players on the professional level will hustle out of the batter's box after tapping one to third base. Lyons was hustling from the get-go, ended up at second base on the error, and Danny Perales ripping a single to center, hit so hard that Kevin Baez thought the better of it and said, all right, let's leave it to Ray. With runners on the corners, nobody out, and the Ducks with an excellent chance here to take their first lead.
If Lyons is only on first base, he stops at second. Right. The Ducks score on a double play here and take the lead.
Good point. Absolutely. That's what hustle does for you.
Navarrete 2 for 2 in from the right side. Takes a breaking ball low for ball 1.
And nobody hotter than Ray, who's 2 for 2 after a couple of hits last night. He is rounding into Ray Navarrete form.
He's up to 247. He came into the game hitting 324 over his past 10 ball games. Really struggled to start the season. Heated up on the road. 1-0. Swung on, hit in the air, deep center field. Montanez moving back to his right, reaches up, jumps, makes the catch. Lyons tags from third. He cruises home, and the Ducks take a 4-3 lead.
Ray Navarrete has hit the ball hard his last 2 trips to the plate. Kind of a bloop single to right his first time up. Ripped a 390-foot double to center field in the 4th inning and came around to score eventually on that triple from Arminio several batters later. And here a sacrifice fly deep to center field, straightaway center, and Ray unties it. It is 4-3 Ducks.
One down, bottom of the 5th. Ramon Castro in from the right side. Brad Thompson still on the hill. He's thrown just 65 pitches so far. Throw to first base. Perales barely back underneath the tag of Eddie Martinez-Esteve. Thompson, a righty from the stretch, pitches in the shirt sleeves. Sleeves of the uniform hang down to the elbow. Wears a black glove, sets at the neck, first pitch. Breaking ball, misses inside. Count 1-0 to Ramon Castro. Castro 0 for 2. Twice he has hit the ball in the air on the left side as the sun begins to peek through at Bethpage Ballpark.
It's trying, still generally overcast, but has brightened considerably.
1 ball offering. Breaking ball in there for a strike. That one floating across. One of the slower pitches so far from Thompson.
Well, both managers, Brett Jody for the Patriots, Kevin Baez for the Ducks, they want as many innings as they can squeeze out of their starters with a day-night doubleheader today.
1-1, line right to the third baseman Fox. Stepped across his body, moving right, and he snagged the liner from Ramon Castro for the second out of the inning. 1 run in for the Ducks to take a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, you remember, Tom, how earlier in the game we were saying how the Ducks seemed off balance with all these slow speed stuff from Brad Thompson. He's fooling nobody now. The Ducks are hitting him hard, in some cases right at players, such as Jake Fox snaring that liner, and Ray Navarrete with a deep fly. But everybody getting their licks in right now, and yes, the sun is producing some shadows. We haven't seen shadows all day.
Ralph Enriquez up, swings the first pitch, tried to hold it up really late in the swing. It was a low pitch. It's an 0-1 count. Enriquez looking like he should be at Sawgrass this weekend for the TPC instead of on a ball field with that swing. Last time up, Enriquez walked and scored.
Speaking of which, being an avid golfer, should be some finish with Sergio leading Tiger by a shot going into today's play.
Throw over to first base. Perales dives back in safely. It's reminiscent of the U.S. Open, what was that, 99 or 2000, when it was Garcia and Woods in the final group. Garcia hit the ball off the tree root and ran up the fairway.
That's right. As a 19-year-old, he pressed Tiger way back at the PGA Championship.
0-1, popped up, fouling out of play on the left side. It's 0-2. That's right, it was the PGA.
There are few people on earth I dislike more than Tiger Woods, so I root very strongly against him. I'm a big Rory fan. I like Phil, too, but I just love Rory McIlroy, and Rory is still in the hunt, more or less. He's about 4 or 5 shots back, I think.
0-2 count to Enriquez, the pitch. Swung on, blooped foul out of play on the left side.
Nice catch. Someone sitting in the first row of the second section, and he just caught that, both hands, sure-handed, hands it to his child. How about that? Nice catch by Dad.
Very nice play by that gentleman. And now the daughter has a souvenir. Still an 0-2 count on Enriquez.
And I see Mike Pfaff running out to him with a contract.
Pitch, low and away. Counts 1-2. The Ducks might need somebody for game 2 of the doubleheader.
The more the merrier.
They have not reached the point where the roster has to be cut down from 27 to 25, so they have a little leeway. Brad Thompson peeks at first base. Danny Perales leads off there. 1-2 to Enriquez. Swung on, hit weakly of the first base line, fielded in foul territory by Eddie Martinez-Esteve, and the count remains 1-2. 4-3 Ducks. Sacrifice fly by Ray Navarrete, driving in the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, Ducks were very, very quiet through the first 3 innings of this game. Only a Ray Navarrete bloop single to right. They had gone in order in the second and third innings, but exploded in the fourth and have done some damage here in the fifth to take the lead.
1-2. Foul tipped in the batter's box. Enriquez stays alive. After that single by Navarrete, Thompson retired 8 straight before Navarrete led off the fourth inning with a double when he came in to score. So the first time through the order, Thompson, very good. He threw just 35 pitches through the first 3 innings. He was very efficient. Well, the Ducks have gotten to him in the fourth and fifth. 1-2. Low. Count to 2-2 on Enriquez.
And you can see Brad Thompson no longer pitching as quickly, more deliberate. Not sure if he's starting to tire or not, but we do know the Ducks have taken their measure of him, and now during second and third times through the order, the Ducks have had much more success.
Thompson sets, peeks at first, the 2-2. Swung on, foul back to the netting. Count remains 2-2. Thompson coming off his shortest outing of the season. He went just 5 1/3 against York on Monday. He pitched against the Ducks, was a tough luck loser going 7 innings on May 1st. That was a week ago, 2 weeks ago on a Wednesday. Still a 2-2 count to Enriquez. The pitch. Swung on, poked foul out of play on the left side.
Well,
this at-bat continues.
Yeah, Ralph's making him work, too, spoiling one pitch after another.
Next pitch will be number 10 in the plate appearance.
Yeah, he increased that pitch total. And that battle continues between the batter and the pitcher.
Thompson's pitch count now up to 77 pitches. Average pushed over 15 an inning. Another 2-2. Swung on, foul back to the netting.
Boy, a good cut from Ralph, and he fouled it straight back, which indicates he just missed it.
He fought off that pitch on the inner half. Pitcher Thompson does not like that ball. And that's one of my favorite baseball stories. 99 All-Star game, Ted Williams comes into Fenway Park on the golf cart. All the players come up to him, and Williams, he goes right to Mark McGwire. He goes, "Do you ever smell it when you just foul one back? You smell the wood burning?"
The splendid splinter.
Count still 2-2 to Ralph Enriquez. Perales goes, the pitch. Ball low. Perales slides. He's safe. Head first dive by Danny Perales for his second stolen base of the season. The pitch was low for ball 3. A full count to Enriquez. Now is a man in scoring position with 2 down. Ducks ahead 4-3, bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, Perales felt that Thompson was ignoring him over there. He had not thrown over at all to keep him close. And it was a bang-bang play, fairly close. Not a bad throw from Skelton.
Perales doing a good job sliding the outside corner of the bag, making Bobby Stevens, the shortstop, reach around with the tag. Full count to Enriquez with 2 down. Perales can take off on this pitch as well. Thompson from the stretch, fires, swung on, hit to right field. Kroger, few steps to his left, reaches up, makes the catch. And that ends the inning. The Ducks score a run on a hit. There was an error. And 1 left on in the bottom of the 5th. The Ducks take the lead. Long Island 4, Somerset 3, 6th inning coming up.
Hi, this is Adam Bailey, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Holiday Inn Islip MacArthur Airport in Ronkonkoma. Uncover the perfect balance of memorable, award-winning service and the most central location Long Island has to offer. The Holiday Inn is located less than a quarter mile from the Islip MacArthur Airport with a state-of-the-art health and fitness center, high-speed internet access, a world-class outdoor pool, and the great food and fun inside the Brickyard Bar and Grill. There's never been a better time to visit the Holiday Inn Islip Airport. Best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Holiday Inn, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 585-9500 today. That's 631-585-9500.
Well, fans, You can follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try to meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. We do it every year. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is their family tradition. If you look at the Ducks in the home run column, they have 19 on the season through 21 games played. That is certainly on a 100-plus home run pace. And as we've seen in recent seasons, Tom, the Ducks may start out a little slow. When the weather heats up, they heat up in the home run department.
So what the Ducks are hoping will happen this year again is they need to heat up all over the place. The Ducks at 6-15 through the first 21 games. A pitching change in the top of the sixth. Connor Graham leaves with a 4-3 lead as Josh Lansford enters the ball game, big righty for the Long Island Ducks. Lansford 1-0 with a 6.75 earned run average, his 7th appearance, all in relief in 6 2/3 innings. He's given up 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 9 strikeouts, and he's yet to walk a man. He'll face 9-1-2, Bobby Stevens, Dan Hennigan, and Josh Kroger. From the stretch, first pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Stevens, 0 for 1, flied out to center field in the second, was hit by a pitch in the fourth. The 1-strike pitch. Fastball high. It's 1-1. Connor Graham, in his first start in a Long Island Ducks uniform, went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs all earned, walked 4, struck out 1, and he threw 87 pitches in 5 innings.
But they got exactly what they wanted out of Connor Graham. A good start.
1-1 fouled off behind home plate. Out of play, it's now 1-2, and Graham can get the win. He cannot take the loss in this one.
Well, we mentioned it, and we hit it on the button. We said if they can get 5 out of Connor Graham, that's exactly what they got. Out of somebody who hasn't started a game in several seasons. So nice job by Connor.
Lansford sets the 1-2. Popped up, fouled and out of play on the first base side. Fans craning their necks, watching it land high in the second section of seats. Lansford holds the ball behind his back as he reads the sign. Sets at the belt. Fires 1-2. Swung on, lifted, shallow center field. Perales running on, still sprinting. It falls in front of him for a base hit. A single for Bobby Stevens, leading off the top of the sixth. Somerset down by a run. It's 4-3 Long Island.
So once again, Somerset gets the lead runner on by way of a bloop base hit to center. Perales has good speed and judged it pretty well. He was coming in, but he knew he had no chance, and you had Dan Lyons going out. He couldn't get it. So Stevens aboard and back to the top of the order, and immediately Josh Lansford trying to protect the 1-run lead for the Ducks. We'll have to keep Bobby Stevens right where he is.
Dan Hennigan up, squares the bunt, puts it up the first base line. Arminio fields, he tags Hennigan as he runs at him. Stevens up to second base, the sacrifice successful for Dan Hennigan. The out goes 3 unassisted for those scoring at home. And there's 1 down in the top of the 6th, man on second base for the Patriots, trailing Long Island 4-3.
Well, Arminio did what you're supposed to do as a first baseman. If you can avoid just tossing the ball anywhere, just take it yourself. Arminio did it quickly and then wheeled around in rapid fashion to see if Bobby Stevens had any idea of advancing past second base, which he did not.
Steve Foucault, the pitching coach, coming out of the dugout. Ramon Castro was already at the mound. You wonder if Lansford might have tweaked something as he ran off the mound to cover first base.
Very possible. Lansford just walking gingerly on the mound right now. Foucault puts his right arm on the left shoulder of Lansford, asking him for an honest assessment. How do you feel? Are you okay? You can see Lansford from here nodding his head that he's fine. We'll see if he asks for a couple of pitches to be thrown or if we'll just get right back to action.
Foucault, regrowing the mustache, walks back to the first base dugout. It looks like he'll continue on as if nothing happened. Here in the top of the 6th, 4-3 Ducks. Man on second base, 1 down for Somerset.
So the Ducks need every arm they can muster at this point. They need every Lansford they have, too, and they've got a couple of them. Josh, the younger of the 2 brothers.
Saw Jared last night.
My mistake. Josh, the older of the 2 brothers by a couple of years.
First pitch outside to Josh Kroger. Counts 1-0.
You've seen one Lansford, you've seen them all, I guess.
Now, if you look at the Somerset roster, they have a set of twins and a different set of brothers.
Right.
So if you want to get confused, play around with the Smiths and the Lawleys. Check of second base. 1-ball offering. Fastball. Catch the outside corner to the lefty Kroger. The count's 1-1. Third baseman Suarez a step behind the bag. Shortstop Lyons pinch towards second base. Navarrete at second in a normal position. Arminio in a normal spot at first as well. Check of second base. Long look, the 1-1. Fastball, low. 2-1 count. Ramon Castro catches Josh Lansford. The outfield left to right, Ryan Canary, Danny Perales, and Joash Brodeen. Game 1 of a doubleheader at Bethpage Ballpark today. Lansford sets, looks at second, delivers 2-1. Another fastball low. It's a 3-1 count.
Well, obviously there's a base open, but this is not what Josh Lansford wants to do.
You don't usually walk the two-hitter to bring up the man who leads the Atlantic League in home runs?
Jake Fox, who is 1 for 2 with a walk and extremely dangerous. So he wants to get Kroger right here, right now.
Long look at second base. A look back. Lansford staring at Bobby Stevens, the runner. Time finally called.
Well, you knew something had to give there because Lansford was standing there like a statue, staring at Kroger. Or at Stevens, rather, on second base. And Kroger at the plate was bound to step out as everybody froze up.
3-1 pitch. Check swing. It's a fastball high. The appeal, no swing for Josh Kroger. He draws the walk. First issued by Lansford. Fifth by Ducks pitching. And men on first and second with one down. In the top of the sixth. Somerset threatening. They trail 4-3.
Number 34.
Sends up Jake Fox. 1 for 2 with a walk. He singled and scored in the 3-run first inning. Somerset with all of their runs in the first. The Ducks with 3 in the fourth. And the go-ahead run last inning in the fifth.
Well, if you're looking for a key moment in this ball game to this point, you found it. Ducks up by 1, 2 runners on. One of the leading hitters in the league at the plate.
Righty-righty matchup. First pitch. Fastball outside corner. Strike 1. Fox with a home run last night when he went 3 for 5. Scored 3 runs. Ramon Castro signals to Lansford. The pitcher agrees. Looks at second, the 1-strike offering. Swung on, popped up. Left side, foul territory. Castro discards the mask. And it lands inside the Somerset dugout. Bounds out of the dugout. And the catch is made by a young adult. He hands it to a child sitting with him. It's an 0-2 count to Jake Fox.
Well, I thought that thing looked playable off the bat. I think that whatever breeze we have is toward left field. And ended up right on the steps of Somerset's dugout. And Gabe Suarez came on over. He wouldn't have had much of a chance. He would have had to lean way over that fence that guards the dugout.
Yeah, both fielders had to avoid different people in foul territory. I think if someone had been at the rail, they might have been able to reach and, it might have hit the edge of the glove or something like that.
Possible.
0-2 count to Fox. Lansford peeks at second. The pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air. Deep center field. Perales jogging back, backpedaling, edge of the track, reaches up, makes the catch. Runners tag. They both advance a station. But that's a big second out of the inning as Fox flies out to center field. Kroger to second base. Stevens to third. With Corey Smith stepping in, the Patriots down 4-3. Top of the sixth.
Yeah, it was a fastball that was really riding in on Fox. Kind of tomahawked it to center field. We have seen some shots to center and at least one to right, and nothing is really carrying here this afternoon. Ball is not jumping out of the park as we've seen in other games this season and in past seasons. Just one of those days with heavy air, if you will. But now you got a situation with 2 runners in scoring position. Corey Smith, who had a 2-run double in the first, a single in the fifth. He's 2 for 3. And once again, the Ducks, depending on their pitcher on the mound, to wriggle out of another jam and preserve a 1-run lead.
With this 2 for 3 day, Smith up to 341, 6th in the league in batting. Lansford sets the first pitch. Fastball outside corner, strike one. Smith has extended his hitting streak to 8 games. A hit here might bring in 2 runs and give the Patriots the lead, as Bobby Stevens stands on third base. Josh Kroger on second. 1 strike pitch. Swung on, fought off foul down the right field line, slices into the second row of seats. Off a pair of hands and back onto the field of play. First base umpire Frank Leparek will run over, flip it to a youngster. Smith in an 0-2 hole. Lansford with a little wiggle room against the cleanup hitter. Lansford ready. The 0-2. Fastball high. Count 1-2.
That's playing it smart. If you want to waste a pitch, waste it up high. Don't waste it low where it could skip away from Ramon Castro and a run could score. Pass ball, wild pitch would tie this thing up.
Runners lead from second and third. The 1-2. Swung on, line to right field. Brodin going back. He reaches up, makes the catch. Joash Brodin with a late break, but he was there in time to make the grab and end the inning. No runs on 1 hit, a walk, no errors, 2 left on for the Somerset Patriots in the top of the 6th. Heading to the bottom half of the inning, Long Island 4, Somerset 3.
Hi, this is pitcher Bill Murphy. You are listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Now that Metrex is the official nutrition bar of the Long Island Ducks, they're fueling their powerful lineup with delicious high-quality protein to support lean muscle and strength. So that in 2013, the Long Island Ducks can have their best season ever. Uh-oh. Metrex, shaping every body.
Want to know what happy tastes like? Well, treat your taste buds to Carvel's new Iceberg and Carvelate beverages. A Carvel Iceberg starts with your favorite soda, like Coke, Fanta Orange, and Barks Root Beer. Blend in ice and vanilla flavoring. It's then topped off with Carvel's famous soft serve ice cream. And try a new Carvelate, a dynamite mixture of coffee and hazelnut or Irish cream flavor, blended with ice and topped off with whipped cream and crunchies. New Carvelates and Iceberg drinks. That's what happy tastes like. Only at Carvel. Visit Carvel.com for the location nearest you.
David Weiss, Tom Police back at Bethpage Ballpark. Long Island Ducks baseball. The Ducks with Game 1 this afternoon of a day-night doubleheader. And it is going to be a 3-game series against the Somerset Patriots. Still good seats available for tonight's game if you'd like to come on out. Tomorrow, an off day on Mother's Day for the Ducks, and an off day on Monday as well. Next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the York Revolution come to town. 3 games at 6:35 starting time for all 3. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Again, fantastic seats available for the best ticket in town. Long Island Ducks baseball. 3 ways to get your seats. Bethpage Ballpark box office here in Central Islip. Online, liducks.com. Over the phone at 631-940-TIXX. And a very happy birthday 1 day in advance. Tomorrow, Mother's Day, also happens to be the 88th birthday of one of my all-time heroes, not only for what he did on the baseball field and as a manager, but also for his literary prowess. Yogi Berra turns 88 tomorrow. And yes, I've got a slew of Yogiisms that I'll sprinkle in from this point forward, including one of my favorites. Nobody goes to that restaurant anymore. It's too crowded.
Joash Brodin takes first pitch inside for ball 1. Brad Thompson still on the hill for Somerset. Ducks up 4-3, bottom of the 6th.
What did Yogi say when he came to a fork in the road?
Take it.
Yeah, got it. Tom knows his Yogi.
1-0. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball from Thompson. The count ends up at 1-1.
I met Yogi years ago, did an interview with him at the Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center at the campus of Montclair State University in Montclair, New Jersey. That's where the Jackals play. New Jersey Jackals have a nice little ball field, too.
1-1. Breaking ball misses low. It's 2-1. I was just going to ask if you had ever been to the museum.
Yes, and met Yogi. Day before, I had called him and left a message for him, thanking him in advance for the time he was going to spend with me. When he met me, he said, and I'm quoting here, "You know something? You look different than you sound on the phone."
2-1 inside.
He gave me my own Yogiism.
It's a 3-1 count to the lefty, Joash Brodin.
Actually, I think he said you sound different than you look on the phone. I kind of convoluted it. Well, he's convoluted from the beginning.
3-1. Swung on, Popped up down the left field line. Long run for Wilson. He's over it. Drops for a hit. Bounces away from him. Brodeen. Big turnaround first base, but he stops there. Second straight hit for Joash Brodeen. Leadoff man on to the bottom of the sixth. Ducks looking to stretch their 4-3 lead. And the man with the biggest hit of the ball game, Anthony Arminio, up. The lefty pulled one right down the first base line. A 3-run triple. It came in the fourth inning, and it tied the game at 3.
Very first at-bat as a Long Island Duck. He bounced back to the box to Brad Thompson. Hit it hard as well, but then did real damage in the fourth with that 3-run triple. What a thrill for the Dix Hills native.
Lines this one on one hop to second base. Hennigan flips to second for one. Stevens on to first for the double play. So the magic not there this time for Arminio. The double play goes 4-6-3. Brodeen retired, and quickly there are 2 down in the bottom of the sixth. Ducks ahead 4-3. Sends up Gabe Suarez playing third base today. He was 2 for 4 in the ball game last night with his second home run of the season. 0 for 2 in this afternoon affair. Right-handed batter Suarez wears the long black sleeves underneath the orange jersey. Suarez out of Phoenix, Arizona. First pitch. Swung on, lines it foul onto the roof. Bounces back down.
You know, when I had the opportunity to interview Yogi, I actually asked him about some of the things that he purportedly said. I mean, one of the things he said was, quote, "I didn't really say everything I said." That's another Yogiism right there.
0-1. Suarez takes a strike in the outside corner, quickly 0-2.
I asked him about one that really doesn't make any sense. Somebody once asked Yogi, "What time is it?" And he said, "You mean now?" And the reason he said that, there was an actual reason. He was actually flying cross-country. Somebody asked him what time it was, and he couldn't figure out what time zone he was in.
What the correct answer actually was.
Exactly. So there was actually a reason for that Yogiism. But it is still one of the better ones, too. I mean, there's so many of them.
I see you have, 3 pieces of paper all filled with them?
God, I take a look at these. I love them. Love these. 90% of the game is half mental. That's another famous one from Yogi.
Yeah, I wasn't a math major at Fordham, but that one still gets the gears turning. 0-2 count to Gabe Suarez. Thompson winds and fires. Bounces that one in the dirt off the chest protector of Skelton, the catcher. It's 1-2.
And remember, Tom, always go to other people's funerals, otherwise they won't go to yours. You know what Yogi means, he just says it in a different way.
1-2 count now to Suarez. 2 down, bottom of the sixth. The pitch. Bounces in there again. It's 2-2.
Yogi also said it gets late early around here, and that's true of this game, where suddenly we're in the bottom of the sixth. Ducks have a 1-run lead, but you know they want to add to that lead, look for a little insurance here. Anything can happen.
The wind, the 2-2. Hits Suarez right in the back.
Yeah. Lower back, left side. No worse for wear. And he's not going to rub. He's going down to first base. So after the bloop single by Joash Brodeen, Anthony Arminio hitting into a double play, Suarez now gets aboard with a chance for Ryan Canary to do something.
The Ducks were hit by 3 pitches last night and doubled their season total from 3 to 6, and now the 7th time that a Duck has been hit by a pitch this season as Ryan Canary steps in from the left side. Canary 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Suarez leads off first base. Throw over, Suarez scampers back, dives back in. Suarez never takes too big of a lead, but he'll dance around and draw the eye of the pitcher. And a couple times this year where the pitcher has become totally preoccupied with Gabe Suarez leading off first base. Righty-lefty matchup. Canary stands tall at the plate. Thompson peeking over his shoulder, throws to first base. Suarez back in, standing up. Ducks ahead 4-3, 2 outs, bottom of the sixth.
Boy, I tell you, at around 11 o'clock, 11:30 today, this game was in doubt. Rain was coming down steadily. It's turned into a breezy and nice afternoon. Little crisp, but nice.
Thompson ready, first pitch. Canary takes it outside for ball 1. We've reached, what's that big yellow thing in the sky territory?
Yeah, we haven't seen it for a little while, the last couple of days. But not bad at all. Looking for the rain to hold off for tonight's game as well.
Runner goes 1-0, floats in for a strike. Low throw, bounces into center field. Suarez did not get a good look, and I think he might have caught a cleat and tore his pants on the left hamstring area, the bottom of the leg. Kevin Baez, the third base coach, is waving him over to third, but Suarez didn't get a good look at the ball. He steals second base, moves into scoring position.
Yeah, that happens quite often. You see it on the major and minor league level where you'll go in on a bang-bang play at second base, the ball will get loose, but because of the position the runner is in, doesn't realize right away that the ball has scooted through to center. Nonetheless, Ducks have a runner in scoring position again.
1-1, fouled off in the batter's box, now 1-2. Ducks looking for insurance. They're up 4-3, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. This game approaching 2 hours, an hour 58 so far. On pace for a 3-hour ball game. Ducks hope they don't have to bat in the bottom of the 9th, though, to take a few minutes off that. Slightly open stance for Canary from the left side. Black bat with black batting gloves. Suarez leads off second to 1-2. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball for Brad Thompson. And that retires the side. No runs on a hit, no errors, one left on for the Ducks. Through 6 full, Long Island up 4-3.
Hi, this is center fielder Ryan Canary, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss and Tom Police, Long Island Ducks baseball. We have finished 6 complete, go to the top of the 7th. And the Ducks have made another pitching change as well.
Yes, TJ Hose into the ball game. The right-hander, a former Somerset Patriot, relieves Josh Lansford after Lansford went 1 inning, gave up 1 hit and 1 walk, but no runs out of the bullpen, in line for a hold in the box score. TJ Hose, 0-1 record, 4.50 earned run average. His 10th appearance ties him for the team lead. All in relief. In those 9 appearances, just 6 innings pitched. He's given up 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts.
This is what you have to do when you get a day-night doubleheader that comes after a game in which 13 total pitchers were used. The Ducks used a half dozen last night. You try to piece together a win from your starter and your bullpen. In this case, the starter was one of your relievers. So it's up to TJ to keep it going here and preserve this 1-run cushion.
He faces 5, 6, 7 in the Somerset order. Mike Wilson, Luis Montanez, Eddie Martinez, Esteve. Righty-righty matchup leads things off from the stretch, the pitch. Check swing. And home plate umpire Marty Bauer rules that Wilson went around for strike 1. Wilson, 1 for 3 in the ball game, singled in the 5th, was stranded on second base when Connor Graham got out of a jam and ended his 5-inning outing. 0-1. Swung on and missed. Slider to the outside corner. Wilson quickly behind 0-2, leading off the 7th inning. Ducks ahead 4-3.
TJ gives a different look to Somerset batters. He does come slightly sidearm.
0-2 misses low and away.
So that release point a bit different as compared to Josh Lansford, who has almost kind of a shot put delivery coming straight over the top. It's all about picking up the release point, getting the best look possible at home plate.
Hose from the stretch, sets, fires. 1-2, popped up, foul out of play. Behind home plate. Hits off an empty seat. A man picks it up and hands it to a youngster in his party wearing a pink raincoat.
Not too many of those empty seats today. Very good crowd on hand despite the weather problems earlier today, but turned into a nice afternoon.
1-2, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Mike Wilson not pleased with that called strike 3 decision, but he'll stroll back to the dugout with the first out of the top of the 7th.
All right, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm taking a look at my score sheet here, Tom, and is it possible? The Ducks have only struck out 2 batters today, and that's the first strikeout of a Somerset Patriot batter since the first inning.
That's what I have.
Wow.
Luis Montanez up, checks his swing. It's a strike at the knees for strike 1. Connor Graham struck out Josh Kroger, the second man up in the ball game.
That was it.
Ducks pitching has not recorded a strikeout since. They haven't needed to, though.
Nope.
0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. 2 hops to third off of Suarez. It bounces towards Lyons at shortstop. He picks it up. I'll have to wait for the ruling on that one. That's a hit. It was a very hard hit ball, and it took a tough hop for Suarez.
Absolutely. It seemed to take a hop off of where the grass meets dirt. And that thing had a lot of overspin, too. And that hit an upper chest area.
Yeah, because on that lip where it goes down from grass to dirt, if it hits just right, it'll get the top spin, as you say.
What a hot shot, too. And fortunately, Gabe Suarez is okay.
Martinez Esteve in from the right side. Throw to first base. Montanez was leaning the wrong way, but he dives back in safely. Martinez Esteve, 1 for 3, 2 ground outs, and a single last time up. Arminio holds Montanez on first base. First pitch, lined past lunging Dan Lyons at shortstop. Misplayed by Canary in left. Running for third, Montanez. The throw off the glove of Lyons, the cutoff man. Martinez Esteve ends up at second base, and Montanez at third. An error on Ryan Canary, his second of the season, and there's 2 in scoring position with 1 down.
Yeah, things came apart a bit for the Ducks right there with Canary misplaying it. The ball bounced around in the infield a bit. So you have a situation where not only does Montanez end up at third, but Esteve ends up at second base. Takes the double play out of the equation, at least for the time being, depending on what happens with James Skelton at the plate. But 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 down, and a meeting on the mound involving pitcher, catcher, and all the infielders.
By the time Anthony Arminio, the first baseman, gets there, Kevin Baez, the manager, is walking back to the dugout. There is action in the Ducks bullpen with a left-handed batter, James Skelton, up. Skelton 0 for 2 with a walk. 4-3 Ducks. 2 on for Somerset, both in scoring position. 1 down, top of the 7th.
Well, TJ Hose has to bear down here. It's been a bit of bad luck here with a bad hop against the chest of Gabe Suarez, and then an error creating this situation.
Infield draws in. First pitch in for a strike. Infield not all the way in. All the fielders basically in the baseline between first and second or second and third, depending on the position.
Yeah, playing halfway, if you will.
Hose sets. 0-1. In the dirt, blocked by Castro. It's a 1-1 count. Montanez on third. Martinez Esteve on second base, representing the tying and go-ahead runs for Somerset.
Well, see if the Ducks, who have played Houdini in quite a few innings here this afternoon, somehow getting out of jam after jam, if they could do it again.
Somerset's left 10 men on base through the first 6. 1-1. Swung on, hit in the air. Center field. Perales now moving back. Still going back. Makes the catch. Montanez tags from third. He scores easily. Martinez Esteve to third base. A sacrifice fly by James Skelton ties the ball game at 4. That error by Ryan Canary looming large as the left fielder misplayed the ball or allowed both runners to move up from first and second to second and third, and it made that a sacrifice fly, and it tied the ball game.
There you go. And you've got the tie-breaking run just 90 feet away, but there are 2 down now, and it's the man at the bottom of the order, Bobby Stevens, coming to the plate. So a bit of bad luck for TJ Hose, the Long Island Ducks, in a jam partly of their own making. And we are all tied up at 4 in what has been a really interesting first game of today's doubleheader.
First pitch to Stevens inside for ball 1. The shortstop 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th. He singled, stranded at 3rd in the 6th. Righty-righty matchup. Hose sets at the letters, the 1-0. Hit on the ground, sharply past Suarez, diving at third base. Martinez Esteve cruises in, throw to second base, the tag, and Stevens is out trying to stretch the single to a double. But the Patriots score a run on the base hit and take the lead 5-4. Middle of the 7th inning, time to get up and stretch. The Ducks bats will come back, try to grab the lead again. It's 5-4 Somerset in the middle of the 7th.
Hey, this is pitcher Eric Neeson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Mr. Savemore, it's happening again. I know our electric costs went down after all that new lighting you did through LIPA's lighting retrofit program, but this month's bill is even lower. Should I contact LIPA this time?
No, Millie. There's still nothing wrong with our LIPA bill. This time I took advantage of LIPA's AC retrofit program. Our central air system was, let's say not too efficient anymore. You remember last summer. With LIPA's AC retrofit program, I replaced all our units, here in our offices, in our warehouse, and our showroom. With LIPA's increased rebates and lower cooling costs every summer, our new AC systems will pay for themselves in just a few years.
Oh, Mr. Savemore, you did it again! You save more!
LIPA's commercial AC retrofit program can reduce your cooling costs by up to 30%. Over time, that can mean thousands. Call 1-800-692-2626 or visit lipower.org/retrofit. LIPA, we're working for you.
Northeast Facility Supplies is the official janitorial supplier of the Long Island Ducks, serving all of Long Island, both North and South Fork locations to better serve you. We're located in Ronkonkoma and have a complete range of janitorial supplies for all your facilities' needs. Whether it's paper, plastics, chemicals, machinery, or equipment, no business is ever too big or too small for us. Don't forget to ask about our price match guarantee. Visit us on the web at www.nefaci.com or give us a call at 631-563-8119. Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Somerset Patriots up 5-4, scoring 2 unearned runs in the top of the 7th to retake the lead. It was 3-0 Somerset after the first inning. It held that way till the 4th, when the Ducks scored 3 on an Anthony Arminio RB, a 3-run triple. The Ducks took a 4-3 lead in the 5th, but 2 runs from Somerset in the 7th to take a 5-4 lead. Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the Flock faithful will also be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. Starter Brad Thompson still on the mound. He'll face 9-1-2. Dan Lyons, Danny Perales, Ray Navarrete in the bottom of the 7th. Ducks down 5-4. Righty leads things off the pitch. Lyons squares the bunt, pulls it back. It's in there for a strike.
Ooh, as Yogi would say, deja vu all over again. Dan Lyons laying down a bunt, and it was just some months ago that produced a championship.
Seems like every team is playing Lyons to bunt now after he laid that squeeze down. 0-1. Check swing. Lyons holds up. It's a ball outside. Count 1-1. Lyons reached on an error and scored in the 5th. Rounded out to third in the third. From the wind, the 1-1. Fastball high. Count 2-1. Next pitch will be number 100 for Brad Thompson. As he begins the 7th inning. Twice this year, he's thrown 7 innings. He went 6 in his first start. 2-1, high and away. 3-1 count. Lions looking to lead off the bottom of the 7th by reaching base.
Under normal circumstances, you wonder if Thompson would still be out there. But again, 7 pitches used last night by Brett Jody in Somerset.
One hopper to third. Easy play for Fox. He fires to first. Lions retired 5-3 for the second time today. First out, bottom of the 7th. Top of the order, Danny Perales stepping in with the Ducks down 5-4. Perales 1 for 3. Singled, stole second base in the 5th. They'll look to jumpstart the offense here in the bottom of the 7th.
If you're looking for the Ducks to tie it on one swing of the bat, Perales leading the Ducks in homers can do just that. He has the ability, but no breeze whatsoever on a day when the ball isn't carrying very well.
First pitch, a strike on the outside corner. Mike Wilson in left field. Way towards the line. Center field and Montanez a step to right. This one hit on the ground, foul of first base. Perales in an 0-2 hole. It's Luis Montanez in center. Josh Kroger in right. Jake Fox plays third base. Bobby Stevens at shortstop. Dan Hennigan at second. Eddie Martinez Esteve at first. James Skelton catches Brad Thompson, the starter, still in there for Somerset. Slightly closed stance for Perales. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off in the box. Perales hit it off himself. There's a big looping breaking ball from Thompson. Perales fought it off to stay alive.
Yeah, Perales does not wear one of those shin guards that many players do. Invariably, you'll see a player wearing a shin guard on either the right or left shin and will foul one off the shin that doesn't have the shin guard.
Or they'll hit on the foot just below the shin guard or just above the shin guard on the leg.
It'll find some place where it's going to hurt.
Still an 0-2 count to Perales. From the windup, the pitch. Swung on and missed. High fastball, 5th strikeout of the day for Thompson. They're quickly 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Ducks trail by a run, 5-4.
As you said, Tom, Thompson went above 100 pitches a few pitches ago and still has plenty left. That was a good fastball. And his control has been excellent. He has walked only one batter in the game, and that came in the 4th, the big 3-run 4th for the Ducks, who still trail by 1. Now we got a meeting on the mound, and it looks like we got a pitching change on the way.
We do. Thompson didn't want to come out of the ball game. He was holding on to the baseball in front of Brett Jody, the manager, but the call has been made to the bullpen. Somerset with a pitching change. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Patriots up 5-4. We'll tell you all about this pitching change on the other side of the break.
Hi, this is right-handed pitcher Josh Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Mr. Savemore, it's happening again. I know our electric costs went down after all that new lighting you did through LIPA's lighting retrofit program, but this month's bill is even lower. Should I contact LIPA this time?
No, Millie. There's still nothing wrong with our LIPA bill. This time I took advantage of LIPA's AC retrofit program. Our central air system was, let's say not too efficient anymore. You remember last summer. With LIPA's AC retrofit program, I replaced all our units, here in our offices, in our warehouse, and our showroom. With LIPA's increased rebates and lower cooling costs every summer, our new AC systems will pay for themselves in just a few years.
Oh, Mr. Savemore, you did it again! You save more!
LIPA's commercial AC retrofit program can reduce your cooling costs by up to 30%. Over time, that can mean thousands. Call 1-800-692-2626 or visit lipower.org/retrofit. LIPA, we're working for you.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 2 down, 5-4 Somerset over Long Island, and the Patriots have made a call to the bullpen. Brandon Brayboy out of the pen, 6-foot right-hander, weighs 195 pounds from Paducah, Kentucky. Rayboy was a member of the Patriots staff last year as well. This season, 1-1 record, his 11th appearance. That leads the team, 2.53 earned run average. He has one save. 10 2/3 innings, he's given up 10 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned, with 4 walks versus 6 strikeouts. And you know what? That's Paul Phillips. It's hard to read the numbers on those jerseys.
Yeah.
The 18 looked like a 19, so that's Paul Phillips.
There you go.
He's a 6 foot, 211-pound righty out of Blissfield, Michigan. He has a 1.13 earned run average. That's even better. 1-0 record, his 8th appearance on the season. 8 innings pitched, 4 hits given up, 1 run it was earned, 8 strikeouts, 5 walks. Righty as Ray Navarrete steps in. 5-4 Somerset, 2 down in the 7th. Fastball hits the outside corner to the Ducks' second baseman. He's behind 0-1. Open stance for Navarrete. 2 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground, foul of third base. Bounces all the way down into the corner. A long run for Mike Wilson, the left fielder, to pick it up. Navarrete in an 0-2 hole.
Navarrete, of course, with home run power. Plenty of that. Only 1 homer on the season to this point. Only a matter of time before that becomes a crooked figure and starts going up and up. But right now at 0-2, it's got to be somewhat defensive. And Ray would just like to get on here. Just keep this inning going. 2 outs, nobody on. Ducks trailing by a run.
2-strike pitch. Curveball called, strike 3 on the inside corner. Navarrete knew it right away. First strikeout for Phillips on the first man he faces, and that ends the 7th inning through 7 full. Somerset 5, Long Island 4.
Hi, this is infielder Gabriel Suarez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers, let Nicoloc Pavers pave your way.
Northeast Facility Supplies is the official janitorial supplier of the Long Island Ducks, serving all of Long Island, both North and South Fork locations to better serve you. We're located in Ronkonkoma and have a complete range of janitorial supplies for all your facilities' needs. Whether it's paper, plastics, chemicals, machinery, or equipment, no business is ever too big or too small for us. Don't forget to ask about our price match guarantee. Visit us on the web at www.nefaci.com or give us a call at 631-563-8119.
Top of the 8th at Bethpage Ballpark. Somerset up 5-4, and fans, the sun's come out. Would you like to chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet iced coffee? Available right now at our concession stands. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes in the Hamptons. The Long Island Ducks have made a pitching change. Jared Lansford into the game, and we're going to go to the bullpen as well. David Weiss bringing the play-by-play of the rest of this one.
Thank you so much, Tom Felice. That's right, we saw Josh Lansford earlier in this game. His brother now, Jared, in the bowl game, also a right-hander. In relief of T.J. Hose, who did relieve Josh Lansford. In relief of starter Connor Graham, who did pitch a gritty 5 innings and giving up 3 runs. When he left the game, the Ducks were still in it and are still in this game, just trailing by a run at 5-4 in a game that has gone back and forth. So Jared Lansford, new pitcher of the game for the Long Island Ducks.
Jared Lansford, number 20.
On the mound, the right-hander. With the Ducks trailing by a run, going to the top of inning number 8. 5 runs, 10 hits for Somerset, 1 error. The Ducks have 4 runs, 6 hits, and have committed an error as well.
Been a tough go of it so far for Lansford. A 1-1 record, 9.00 earned run average. In 6 innings, he's given up 6 runs all earned with 8 hits, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts for the righty.
course, both Lansfords such a key to Long Island's bullpen and bridging it from starter to closer. In this particular case, Ducks have some work to do, trailing by a run, and don't want the lead to grow any larger for Somerset. Patriots had a 3-0 lead at the end of a half inning of play. Ducks battled back, took a 4-3 lead, but have now fallen behind 5-4 with 2 runs in the top of the 7th for the Patriots. 1 ball, no strikes to count to the leadoff man, Dan Hennigan, and he is the leadoff man in the order. Hennigan, Kroger, and Fox, numbers 1, 2, and 3 against Lansford, who gets a strike on the inside corner. Count now even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Hennigan has walked, bounced out, hit to a fielder's choice, and sacrificed. So officially 0 for 2 with a run scored. One of those 3 runs scored in inning number 1. Next pitch on the way. Here's a curveball, drops inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jared Lansford with a good curve there. So Ducks running out of innings here as we reach the top of the 8th, but trailing only by a run. Next pitch on the way, check swing from Hennigan, just missing outside. Count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game 1 of a day-night doubleheader today. So another 9-inning affair between the Ducks and Patriots, all set for 7:05 tonight. 2-2 pitch on the way to Hennigan is a slow change. Bounding ball slowly hit to Gabe Suarez. The off-balance throw, collision at first base, and he is out. Nice play at first by Anthony Arminio. As a collision between Arminio and the runner Dan Hennigan, it was bang, bang, the ball, the glove.
The bodies.
Everybody arriving at the same time.
And it brings Brett Jody, the manager, out of the dugout. I think he's saying, well, because the argument would be that Arminio was in the base path. That would be the rule that was broken. Hennigan's saying that Arminio dropped an elbow on him like something out of the World Wrestling Federation. But I don't think you can rule that that's illegal.
Now the throw from Lyons arriving at the same time, Arminio. And Hennigan collided at first base. But it is 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. And it's a fortunate thing that neither Hennigan nor Arminio were injured on that play. Brett Jody came out to discuss it with the umpires and now retreats to his dugout. He wasn't going to change any minds. No meeting between the umpires. Call stands, 1 down. Josh Kroger at the plate. Left-handed swinging Kroger has walked twice, also flied out and struck out, so he is 0 for 2. Jared Lansford on the mound for the Long Island Ducks. Trying to keep this deficit right where it is at 1. And the pitch is hit foul out of play left side. And the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And I'll tell you one thing, as this game drifts on, and we are now coming up in about 2.5 hours, maybe I'm just getting hungry, but I can smell everything from every concession here at Bethpage Ballpark. And something cooking below us as well. I don't know. A combination of hamburgers, hot dogs, maybe a little pulled pork. I mean, I'm just drooling here. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes, a swing and a miss from Kroger.
I've got my eye on the waffle cone 3 rows down.
I'll get to the waffle cone after I get something substantial in my system. But all of it is good. Always tastes better at the ballpark. 1-2 count, Kroger with 1 out, nobody on, and the dangerous Jake Fox waiting on deck. Kicking and dealing is Lansford, and a big swing and a miss. Kroger went fishing, trying to scoop one up, but missed it. And there's another strikeout for the Long Island Ducks. That one swinging. So that is just the 3rd strikeout for Ducks pitching, and first for Jared Lansford. 2 down, nobody on. So Jake Fox steps in, batting from the right side. He singled and eventually came around to score back in the 1st inning as walk popped out and flied out. So 1 for 3 with a run scored. Pitch on the way, and Jared Lansford with a good change. And swinging right through it is Fox way out in front. No balls and 1 strike. Cleanup man Corey Smith is waiting on deck. Fox being played more or less straight away in the outfield. Next pitch is a slider that skips away from Ramon Castro, and the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ducks have 6 outs left to do something in regulation. As we have Somerset batting here on the top of inning number 8. Somerset winning the first game of this 3-game series over 2 days. Last night's wild 10-9 win here at Bethpage Ballpark. Swing and a miss from Fox. Once again, Lansford taking just a little off. It's 1-2.
These teams have played close games. The first 2 games of the series that was played 2 weeks ago, a 6-5 Somerset win and a 3-2 Ducks win.
Next pitch is off the plate. Count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Check swing from Fox, who did not go around.
Somerset then won the rubber game 6-2 over the Ducks.
Somerset coming off a losing campaign last year, and the last in the managerial tenure of Sparky Lyle, who still comes to every Somerset home game in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Sparky, the only manager Somerset has ever known until this year when Brett Jody took over. Tapper to the right side, taken by the first baseman Arminio, but throws it past the pitcher covering. And going down at first base is Jake Fox.
He's holding, it looked like his left calf. He is in a tremendous amount of pain. Katie Reynolds, the trainer, sprinting out of the dugout. Shane Spencer, the third base coach, over as well.
We have no ruling on the play. It should be an error charged to Arminio, whose throw was way off the mark and trying to get it to the pitcher covering Jared Lansford. But the more important component of this play is the injury to Jake Fox, who came across the first base bag and then went down and has not gotten back up yet. Brett Jody is out there now, trainer, everybody. Jake Fox, so important to the Somerset Patriots. It's not good at the moment for the Pats.
It looked like there might have been contact as Arminio was reaching across trying to grab the ball and tag. He didn't have the ball, but he would have been trying to tag Fox. And then he might have knocked Fox off of his running path. It might have forced Fox to his right or left, and he might have stepped awkwardly on the edge of the bag, or he could have just pulled a muscle. As we look down the third base line,
and now
Johnny Tucker warming up to run.
And then they pull Jake Fox to his feet. At least he's walking around putting some weight on what appears to be a problem with his left leg. He's walking gingerly, and I'd be shocked if he stays in the game.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to walk back to the dugout with the trainer, Katie Reynolds, and Brett Jody, the manager, as Johnny Tucker, who got some acceleration sprints in along the third base line, and now he's going to trade his cap for a helmet coming into pinch run.
So Johnny Tucker in, Jake Fox has to leave.
That's ruled an error by the first baseman on that play, an E3.
Yeah, that was the toss from Arminio, which was off the line, aiming for Jared Lansford, the pitcher covering. So you've got Johnny Tucker in to run, Corey Smith, the cleanup man, coming to the plate. And certainly some concern in the Somerset dugout for their MVP candidate here early in 2013, Jake Fox. So we'll see. And hopefully nothing too serious there. Back to the matter at hand. Tucker on first base, 2 down, nobody on. And Corey Smith at the plate. Smith with a big 2-run double to the left center field power alley off the Newsday sign, the outfield wall. That drove in 2 in the first inning, and he would come around to score later on a double by Luis Montanez, and that was the 3-run first inning for Somerset. Smith has also lined out, singled in the 5th inning, lined out again. So he is 2 for 4, takes a strike from Jared Lansford, batting from the right side with slightly open stance. The next pitch is a little too far inside this time. 1 ball and 1 strike to Corey Smith. Tucker is on first base. He has 4 steals in 5 attempts. Plenty of speed there, being held on by Anthony Arminio. Next pitch on the way is a hack by Smith, fouls it just behind the plate. Count now 1-2 with 2 down. Top of the 8th, Somerset leading the Ducks 5-4. Somerset with 5 runs, 10 hits. Ducks 4 runs, 6 hits. That early 3-0 lead for Somerset erased in the bottom of the 4th on a 3-run triple from Anthony Arminio, who's making his Duck debut, the native Long Islander. And a call, strike 3 from Jared Lansford. Big strikeout looking. His 2nd strikeout in the inning. 4th overall for Ducks pitching in the inning. No runs, no hits. There was an error. A man left but no damage done. We go to the bottom of the 8th here at Bethpage Ballpark, where the score remains Somerset 5, the Ducks 4.
Hi, this is pitcher Jared Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
At Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss and Tom Felice, bottom of inning number 8, Somerset leading the Long Island Ducks 5-4. Paul Phillips still out there for Somerset, the right-hander in relief of starter Brad Thompson, with Jake Fox, third baseman for Somerset, injured on a play at first base in the top of inning number 8. That has created something of a cha-cha, samba, macarena shuffle in the infield, which I hope Tom Felice will figure out, because I have no clue.
Yeah, I was able to follow Brett Jody's 3-card Monty as he shifted the infielders. Johnny Tucker in for Jake Fox's spot in the lineup. Tucker plays second base.
All right.
Dan Hennigan shifts from second to shortstop, and Bobby Stevens moves from shortstop to third base. Tucker at second, Hennigan at short, Stevens third base.
Got it all. I just adjusted my scorecard and my diamond. So you've got Stevens, Hennigan, Tucker, and Martinez Esteve from right to left across the infield. Martinez Esteve is one guy, by the way. I am not miscounting. And the first pitch on the way. And a foul ball, good diving attempt by, I believe, Martinez Esteve, an over-the-shoulder attempt off the bat of Ramon Castro. But it falls out of his grasp, so it's 0-1 to Castro, who is 0 for 3 this afternoon. He has popped out, flied out, and lined hard to third.
Castro first pitch swinging. He swings on the first pitch a lot. It's the second time today he has swung, and the second time he's fouled off the first pitch.
Yeah, Ramon, through his career, has been a notorious bad ball hitter. He'll go fishing, usually hits it, and hits it hard. Coming set is Phillips. Pitch on the way. Fastball tight up against the uniform of Castro. Nearly hit him. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike to Ramon, to be followed in the order by Ralph Henriquez and Joash Brodeen, numbers 3, 4, and 5 in the Ducks batting order. Ducks trailing by 1, bottom of the 8th. 1-1 pitch on the way, and Ramon hits it in the air, center field. Luis Montanez racing over, and it falls between Montanez and right fielder Josh Kroger. And Ramon Castro, with the ball just sitting there, glides into second base. So it's a bloop double, I would believe, off the bat of Ramon Castro. I'm not sure if you could score it any other way. Neither player touched the ball.
Thinking the same thing, where you would like to be able to give a half error to each just because they didn't play the ball well, but would think it will be a double for Castro.
So for the Ducks, hit number 7. And the tying run in scoring position with nobody out. Ralph Henriquez, the DH, is up. And the Ducks from this point forward can score without the benefit of a base hit. Take just a ground ball to the right side to advance Castro to third, and sacrifice fly would bring him in. We'll see how it works out.
Castro, not the fleetest of foot, but the other catcher on the roster is a designated hitter, Henriquez, who is up right now. So Castro will be staying on the base paths.
Not likely you'd want to remove Castro in any case, even late in the game with all that veteran leadership on the bases, behind the plate. First pitch, fastball outside to Henriquez. 1 ball and no strikes. Ralph has struck out, walked and scored a run in that 4th inning, and flied out. So 0 for 2 with a run scored. He's batting for the left side here, and will no doubt, facing the right-hander Paul Phillips, just be looking to pull one to the right side. If he has to make an out, make it a productive one, and advance Castro over to third. Nobody out here. Ramon Castro with a bloop double to right center field. And he's at second base. Next pitch on the way, and Paul Phillips once again outside. 2 balls and no strikes. So Phillips' MO here to pitch Henriquez outside, get him to hit it the other way so that he can prevent the runner advancing. But now has worked himself into a 2-0 hole. Henriquez is ahead on the count at the plate. Coming set, Phillips, and this one is stroked right field. Josh Kroger going back, way back, and that one is going to be out of here. That one leaves the park on the day before Mother's Day. That, off the bat of Ralph Henriquez, is the mother of all home runs, and he remembers the advice of moms everywhere. Comb your hair before leaving the dugout. Don't run the bases until a half hour after eating. And, of course, make sure to clean your home plate. A 2-run blast from Henriquez, and the Ducks have taken a 6-5 lead. How about that? Ralph Henriquez, on a day when the ball was not carrying, hits it out of the park to right field, and the Ducks have gone from 5-4 down to 6-5 up. Brings up Joash Brodin. This crowd really into it here as the Ducks have climbed right back into the lead. First pitch to Joash, inside corner for a strike, 0-1.
I think my favorite thing out of all of that is Anthony Arminio, hometown kid playing his first game with the Ducks. He's talking to a fan right now through the screen. He was doing the Bash Brothers forearm salute with Ramon Castro, a former Met.
And there's a ground ball, base hit through the hole right side. Johnny Tucker diving at second base, unable to get to it. Brodin is aboard. 3 straight hits for the Long Island Ducks. The bloop double off the bat of Castro. The 2-run homer from Ralph Henriquez. And now a single from Joash Brodin, and Paul Phillips getting roughed up by the Long Island Ducks. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Ducks have taken a lead at 6-5. And by the way, for Ralph Henriquez, his 3rd home run of the year. He is now driven in 6 on the season.
And that was the Ducks' 20th home run this season. And the Ducks hit 100 home runs this year. They'll meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. And Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation.
Next pitch is a home run cut from Anthony Arminio. And it's 0-1. Arminio has bounced out, hit into a double play, but between those 2 at-bats, you had that 3-run triple down the right field line in the 4th inning. Ducks were trailing 3-0 at the time, and with 1 swing and that 3-run triple, tied it at 3. It is now 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball outside from Paul Phillips. Boy, is Arminio having a good time in his Ducks debut, or what?
Sure looks like it from here.
1-1 count. Taking his lead is Brodin at first. Ducks looking for insurance here. Next pitch to Arminio, missing. Must have been downstairs and had the plate. Looked a little low. 2 balls and a strike to Arminio. Gabe Suarez waiting on deck. It has been an extremely productive 8th inning for the Long Island Ducks. 3 consecutive hits and 2 runs have scored. Quick toss over to first base from Paul Phillips to Eddie Martinez-Esteve, but Brodin gets back safely. 2-1 the count to Arminio. Now resident of Hicksville, half Hollow Hills West graduate, native of Dix Hills, the native Long Islander, playing his first game as a Long Island Duck. And as he's at the plate once again, the sun peeks out from behind the clouds, and we have sunshine. And things certainly looking sunny for the Ducks all of a sudden here in the bottom of inning number 8.
It's brightened up all over the place.
See it on the smiles of the faces of the fans in the stands. 2-1 pitch, check swing, Arminio. And he did go around. The count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Anthony Arminio, if you take a small slice of statistics here, is hitting .333 as a Duck with 3 RBIs in game number 1. Coming set, Phillips. Long look in, the 2-2 pitch, and that's a slider missing outside. So the count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Still nobody out. Bottom of inning number 8, Joash Brodin at first base. 2 runs already in. on the 2-run blast from Ralph Henriquez. Phillips coming set again. The payoff pitch on the way to Arminio. The runner takes off. It is a swing, miss, and a throw him out, strike him out, double play as Arminio goes down on strikes, swinging through, a half swing through a pitch that was in the dirt, and Brodin is thrown out down at second base. However, despite that double play, the Ducks still have the lead, and Gabe Suarez comes up now with 2 outs and nobody on.
2-6, the caught stealing is Hennigan, the shortstop, fielded that ball.
So Suarez climbs in. He is 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning and stole his 3rd base of the year as well. And he takes a strike on the outside corner, fastball from Phillips, 0-1. So the Ducks with those 3 runs in the 4th that tied it. They scored 1 in the 5th to take a lead and have scored 2 more here in the 8th. To turn a 5-4 deficit into a 6-5 lead. Good curveball from Phillips. Suarez turning away from it. He was completely fooled. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Suarez. A double, a 2-run homer, a single in this 8th inning. But with a strikeout and caught stealing on the same play. That double play producing 2 outs. And Suarez with an 0-2 count at the plate. Ryan Canary is on deck. Well, as with last night, Tom, another game with twists and turns galore. 10-9 win for Somerset last night against the Ducks, and a back-and-forth tug-of-war affair. We've had a bit of the same here this afternoon. 0-2 pitch to Suarez on the way, inside corner just missing. My, you had the entire left side of the infield for the Somerset Patriots. Bobby Stevens, Dan Hennigan, so convinced it was a strike, they took about 3 or 4 strides toward their own dugout. Now have to return. As umpire Marty Bauer called that a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Bauer's strike zone has contracted a bit as the game has gone on.
It has, just a little. It was rather wide when we began. 1-2 pitch on the way, and there's a swing and a miss. Good curveball, off speed to Suarez, who goes down. So Paul Phillips finishes the inning with back-to-back strikeouts, but the Ducks started out well enough to take the lead. 2 runs in the inning, 3 hits, nobody left. The big blow, the 2-run homer from Ralph Henriquez. We have now finished 8 complete. Ducks trying to close this one out in the top of the 9th. Long Island Ducks leading Somerset 6-5.
Hi, this is catcher Ralph Enriquez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Now that Metrex is the official nutrition bar of the Long Island Ducks, they're fueling their powerful lineup with delicious high-quality protein to support lean muscle and strength. So that in 2013, the Long Island Ducks can have their best season ever. Uh-oh. Metrex, shaping every body.
Want to know what happy tastes like? Well, treat your taste buds to Carvel's new Iceberg and Carvolate beverages. A Carvel Iceberg starts with your favorite soda, like Coke, Fanta Orange, and Barks Root Beer. Blend in ice and vanilla flavoring. It's then topped off with Carvel's famous soft serve ice cream. And try a new Carvolate, a dynamite mixture of coffee and hazelnut or Irish cream flavor, blended with ice and topped off with whipped cream and crunchies. New Carvolates and Iceberg drinks. That's what happy tastes like. Only at Carvel. Visit Carvel.com for the location nearest you.
Northeast Facility Supplies is the official janitorial supplier of the Long Island Ducks, serving all of Long Island, both North and South Fork locations to better serve you. We're located in Ronkonkoma and have a complete range of janitorial supplies for all your facilities' needs. Whether it's paper, plastics, chemicals, machinery, or equipment, no business is ever too big or too small for us. Don't forget to ask about our price match guarantee. Visit us on the web at www.nefaci.com or give us a call at 631-563-8119.
Top of the 9th inning. Long Island Ducks taking a 6-5 lead with 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Leo Rosales out of the bullpen to close things out. On the season, Rosales 0-1 record. That loss came last night. 2.08 earned run average, his 10th appearance. He has 3 saves in 8 2/3 innings. He's given up 9 hits, 4 runs, just 2 of those earned with 11 strikeouts and 3 walks. Rosales stands 6 foot, weighs 205 pounds, out of Los Angeles. Gained major league experience with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And turns 32 years old on May the 28th, just a few weeks from now. So he'll be facing Mike Wilson, Luis Montanez, and Eddie Martinez-Esteve. Numbers 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Somerset Patriots. Can Rosales close it out? We'll see. First pitch on the way to Mike Wilson. Here's a strike outside portion of the plate, 0-1. Wilson is 1 for 4 with a single back in the 5th inning. Next pitch on the way is upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rosales with a strong leg kick and just flings that ball to the plate. Plenty of pop on the fastball. Nothing fancy. Rosales just gets up there and is usually throwing smoke, and he gets an inside corner fastball for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Duck fans, many of them, over 4,500 strong here in Game 1 of the day-night doubleheader, hoping that Leo can close it out. Official attendance, 4,524 here in Game 1 of the Twin Bill. 1-2 pitches on the way, and that is fouled straight back. Good fastball from Rosales. And Wilson just getting a piece, fouling it right back to the netting. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. It is just a 1-run lead as Rosales on an off-speed pitch gets Wilson to sky it to the right side, but it's out of play. Bounces around a bit, and the count remains 1-2. Wind is now whipping again toward left field. A right-handed batter might get a bit of a lift. Anything hit deep to left. 1-2 pitch is up high, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. It is incumbent upon Rosales here to get Wilson out. The last thing you want to do is put the leadoff man aboard with a 1-run lead in the top of the 9th. Next pitch on the way is high and tight, so now we are worked full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Rosales really throwing hard. Seems like he might be reaching that point where you start to overthrow on the fastball.
That's how it appears. 3-2 pitches on the way, and call strike 3 right down Carlton Avenue. Wilson looking at it, not happy. He thought it was low, and he is having a spirited discussion at home plate with Marty Bauer, who throws him out of the game. Mike Wilson did not slam his batting helmet in the vicinity of Marty Bauer, but tossed it in such a way that you knew he was asking for it, and Marty answered by tossing him.
Shane Spencer, the third base coach, now in the face of Marty Bauer. He's pointing left and right, left and right. Really not happy with the strike zone so far today.
But that was a call strike 3, and I have to assume Wilson again thought it was low, because from our vantage point, it was right over the middle of the plate as you're talking with left and right. And once again, more discussions at home plate.
Former Yankee Shane Spencer still going at it. Leo Rosales throwing the ball to Suarez, the third baseman. He doesn't want his arm to get cold. There goes the helmet for Spencer.
Oh,
he
man.
is jaw to jaw with Marty Bauer.
Oh, yeah, they're nose to nose at this point.
And it's just a matter of time before Spencer is shown the gate.
Yeah, Marty's trying to walk away, but
Well,
Spencer is following him. And now the other umpire is getting in on the action. And here comes Brett Jody.
Bauer yelling right back into Spencer's grill.
Oh, man.
They're inches from each other.
This is what you call your rhubarb.
Yeah, and it doesn't make the umpires look too good either when you see them yelling right back at someone.
All right, now everybody's clearing out. I don't believe Shane Spencer's been thrown out of the game. Brett Jody is still managing.
Yeah, I think Shane Spencer, even if he wasn't thrown out officially, I think he's just going to go away.
So, cooler heads prevail, at least for the moment. Marty Bauer is still looking back toward the Somerset dugout. And Leo Rosales is taking some warm-ups. We've had such a delay. He's getting a few pitches in.
We'll see Aaron Eggleston, yesterday's starting center fielder for Somerset, go out and coach third base now. This is the 9th inning of a one-run ball game.
Yeah.
You want someone with experience and someone who has practiced at the third base coach position to be out there.
Well, this is probably something of a cumulative effect. Marty Bauer, again, with a strike zone that even from our vantage point changed a bit as the game went along, contracted somewhat. So that's going to get under the skin of catchers, pitchers, the batters, and, of course, those on the bench. And that was a key strikeout. You think about how important that particular pitch was, the difference between runner on first, nobody out, top of the ninth, trailing by a run, and now you have one out, nobody on. So here's Luis Montanez coming up, and he is 2 for 4. He's had a good afternoon. Doubled in a run way back in the first, flied out twice, and then an infield single in the seventh. A hot shot to the left side, and eventually came around to score. So 2 for 4 with one driven in and one scored. Pitch from Rosales downstairs. 1 ball and no strikes to Montanez. Ducks leading 6-5, and suddenly the skies have become a bit darker, a little more gray. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a foul out of play right side. Montanez had a good swing. Rosales with good pop on the fastball. Montanez just couldn't catch up with it. And fouled it to the right. So the count now even. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Nobody on. Ducks leading by 1, top of inning 9.
You mentioned it's getting darker. Rain coming into the New York City area. Lightning in the Bronx.
And a swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch from Rosales. That was diving away from Montanez. It's 1-2. And yes, the radar does look ominous as far as the 5 boroughs are concerned.
Should be able to finish this one up, though.
Yep. And maybe it'll be clear out in time for the second game to start rain-free at 7:05 tonight. 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one is hit a mile in the air, left side playable. Ryan Canary looking at it to come down, and it does right inside the webbing of his mitt. 2 down.
Have received word that Shane Spencer was thrown out as well as Mike Wilson.
All right, so we were right. He got his licks in and was thrown out, along with Mike Wilson, who tossed his helmet at home plate after being called out on a 3rd strike here in the top of the 9th for the first down. Can all be academic now as it brings up Eddie Martinez-Esteve. He is 2 for 4, a couple of singles, has also bounced out twice, and he is the last hope for Somerset here. With a 1-run lead, Somerset just 1 swing away from tying it, but they just want Esteve here to extend it. And the first pitch is a hard slider off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes to Eddie Martinez-Esteve, the first baseman and 7th man in the order. Leo Rosales' next pitch on the way is downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Rosales just trying to finish it up with a 1-2-3 ninth. And it would be the Ducks' 7th win of the 2013 season. They're just 1 out away. Rosales kicks and deals. 2-0 pitch is again low. Skips away from Castro, and now 3 balls and no strikes. James Skelton, catcher, is waiting on deck. Skelton came into the game with an average of 132 and is 0 for 2 with a walk and a sacrifice fly here tonight. Next pitch on the way is inside, so a 4-pitch walk to Eddie Martinez-Esteve. He is aboard, and James Skelton will be coming to the plate with the tying run on first. Now, Skelton bounced to second back in the 2nd inning. He walked in the 4th, flied out in the 5th, but had a key sacrifice fly RBI, which tied the game at that point at 4 back in the 7th inning. That was a sac fly to fairly deep center field. He's batting from the left side against the righty, Leo Rosales. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Good fastball from Leo. There's a rising fastball. Skelton couldn't reach it. 0-1.
Manager Kevin Baez was moving the fielders. He put Gabe Suarez in line with the third base bag.
Martinez-Esteve with 1 steal and 1 attempt, but you wouldn't think he'd be taken off here. Next pitch on the way to Skelton is in the air, playable, center field. Danny Perales is going back. He's got a beat on it near the warning track, makes the catch, and that will do it. Ducks win. Ducks win. Ducks win. 6-5 the final. Long Island Ducks survive another tug of war with the Somerset Patriots and have evened this 3-game series at 1 win apiece and take the first game of this day-night doubleheader with their sights set on a sweep tonight. 6-5 the final. The Ducks beat the Patriots here this afternoon at Bethpage Ballpark. We'll take a break, return with our post-game show. We'll start to wrap everything up. Again, Ducks victorious 6-5 over Somerset.
Hi, this is pitcher TJ Hose, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
This one is clocked. Deep left field by Dan Lyons. Going back is left fielder Peter Barrows. He's looking up. That ball will not leave its wingman. I feel the need for speed. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. No good. Talk to me.
Hey, Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Every time a Ducks hitter goes deep, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all the winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
I love coming to the stadium. What do you love about a Long Island Ducks game?
The excitement. The laughter.
The memories.
Spending time with my family.
Watching my grandson's eyes light up.
Dancing with Quacker Jack.
What about you? A 400-foot shot.
Definitely the food.
Getting autographs and running the bases.
Play ball! For game times and promos for your 2012 Atlantic League champions, visit liducks.com. I love this game. Ducks baseball. It's game time.
A fun one at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks win 6-5 over Somerset. Long Island scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to take the lead and held on for the victory in the 9th. But things didn't start out too hot. Somerset scored 3 runs in the top of the 1st. A walk, a strikeout, a single for Jake Fox, a 2-run double for Corey Smith, and then another double for Luis Montanez made it 3-0 Patriots. The Ducks answered back in the bottom of the 3rd. Anthony Arminio, in his first game with the Long Island Ducks, a Hicksville resident, a native of Dix Hills, came up with the bases loaded. He snuck a 3-run triple down the right field line, and that tied the ball game up at 3. And David, that has to be such a thrill for Anthony Arminio.
We talked about the fact that he had at least 1, maybe 2 rows of family and friends.
Look at the grouping he's talking to right now outside the dugout.
There you go. All the family and friends are here to see his first game as a Long Island Duck and his second at-bat, a game-changing 3-run triple, erasing a 3-0 lead and tying the game at 3. And there was nothing minor league about that triple. It was just smack down the right field line, and a stand-up triple it was. You could talk about the chills going up and down his back when he hit that triple. We could feel it from here.
Arminio with a smile as wide as Suffolk County as he heads back into the dugout. The Ducks took the lead in the 5th. Dan Lyons reached on an error, leading things off. Moved up to 3rd on a Danny Perales single and scored on a Ray Navarrete sacrifice fly. And the Ducks took a 4-3 lead. Somerset pounced back in the 7th. Back-to-back singles by Luis Montanez and Eddie Martinez-Esteve put runners on the corners. James Skelton hit a sacrifice fly to drive in Montanez. And then Bobby Stevens with a single, scoring Martinez-Esteve. Somerset up 5-4, and it looked like they might just pull it out until the 8th inning. Ramon Castro led off with a double, and Ralph Enriquez with a 2-run shot to give the Ducks a 6-5 lead. Leo Rosales held on for the save in the 9th. And the Ducks won Game 2 of this series 6-5, setting up a rubber game at 7:05 tonight. Jared Lansford, the winner in this ball game, moves to 1-1. Paul Phillips takes the loss. He falls to 1-1. Leo Rosales with his 4th save of the season. The game took 2 hours and 56 minutes. It was played in front of 4,524. And David, it's time for the Nico Locke Player of the Game.
Well, I'll tell you something. With a thrill of a lifetime, why not give it to the kid from Dix Hills?
No doubt about it. Anthony Arminio ended up the day 1 for 4, but that 3-run triple earns him Nico Locke Player of the Game honors. Nico Locke, retaining walls and paving stones, a company synonymous with quality and service in the manufactured concrete industry for almost 50 years. 6 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors for the Ducks. 5 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for Somerset. Ducks take Game 2 of the series, set up a rubber match at 7:05 tonight. We'll tell you all about that game, preview it, take a look around the out-of-town scoreboard as well as we step aside one more time on the post-game show. Once again, Long Island wins 6-5 over Somerset.
Hi, this is right-handed pitcher Connor Graham, and you're listening to the Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Holiday Inn Islip MacArthur Airport in Ronkonkoma. Uncover the perfect balance of memorable, award-winning service and the most central location Long Island has to offer. The Holiday Inn is located less than a quarter mile from the Islip MacArthur Airport with a state-of-the-art health and fitness center, high-speed internet access, a world-class outdoor pool, and the great food and fun inside the Brickyard Bar and Grill. There's never been a better time to visit the Holiday Inn Islip Airport. Best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Holiday Inn, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 585-9500 today. That's 631-585-9500.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers, let Nicoloc Pavers pave your way.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, the Long Island Ducks winning 6-5 over the Somerset Patriots. Take a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard. No current action in the Atlantic League. Southern Maryland doubled up Bridgeport for a 10-5 win in Game 1 of a double dip at Harbor Yard. Everything else later, 5:35. They start in Camden as the Sugarland Skeeters visit the River Sharks to wrap up a 3-game series. They played 2 yesterday. York and Lancaster have to fit 2 in at Clipper Magazine Stadium. They'll start at 6. Game 2 is at 6:05 between Bridgeport and Southern Maryland, and Game 2 is at 7:05 here on Long Island between the Ducks and the Patriots. We'll see Matt Way starting things off for the Long Island Ducks. He has a 1-0 record, 2.45 earned run average. He'll face off against Graham Taylor. He has 1 win, no losses, 5.40 earned run average for the Patriots. First pitch scheduled for 7:05. Will be on 103.9 RCN and LIDucks.com at 6:50.
Matt Way, always a treat to see him. He doesn't waste many pitches. He pitches quickly, economically. He's been the ace of the staff and was such an important part of the championship run last year for the 2012 Atlantic League champ Long Island Ducks. So should be a good one tonight as the Ducks try to sweep the doubleheader, take 2 out of 3 from Somerset, and try to right the ship here, get on something of a roll. As we mentioned on the way in, Long Island Ducks now with a record of 7 up and 15 down, but entering play today, no one in the Liberty division was at 500. Bridgeport leading the division with a record of 10 and 11, and that means all the Ducks have to do is something they've done many times in their history, put together a winning streak of 6, 7, 8 games, whatever, you're right back in it.
Yeah, the Ducks do not play Bridgeport until June, and then you sweep a series against the Bluefish, and all of a sudden the schedule has been turned on its head.
You know, on a peanut-free day here at Bethpage Ballpark, it was a nutty day in terms of the game. A 6-5 back-and-forth affair with twists and turns, similar to the one we had in the first game of the series last night, in which the Ducks came up just a buck short at 10-9. With the Ducks and Somerset, you never know. It has become a great rivalry over the years. Somerset, you know, with the exception of last year, which was a down year, but they're always in it, always competitive. I mean, it's been the mantra of Sparky Lyle just to play great fundamental baseball, and now in the first year that Sparky is not managing, but showing up and greeting the fans in Bridgewater, New Jersey for home games, Brett Jody has done a very good job as Somerset has gotten out of the box with a very good record and playing good baseball. So good win for the Ducks here this afternoon.
And they'll look to do it again at 7:05 tonight, weather permitting, but it looks like we'll be able to fit Game 2 in. David, thanks so much for sharing the booth in this one.
And we'll be working together again this season with you, Michael Pollack, and Chris King will be joining us eventually once the Islanders run is done. Hopefully not until a Stanley Cup is achieved. It's a great thrill to be in the broadcast booth again, and especially with you for the first time. Great job, Tom.
Thank you, David. We look forward to the next time we get to do it. The next Ducks game coming up tonight, a 7:05 first pitch between the Somerset Patriots and the Long Island Ducks. That'll wrap things up from Bethpage Ballpark in this one. Long Island evens the series at 1 game apiece with a 6-5 victory. and they'll settle the series tonight at 7:05. Long Island Ducks and Somerset Patriots. Action gets underway at 6:50 with the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show on both LIDucks.com and 103.9 RCN. For David Weiss, I'm Tom Felice. Have a good afternoon, and thank you for listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.